Howdy. How are you all doing today? Oh, now, okay. How's it going, everybody? Woo! So, I'm Ghoul02. I've got my wife on the couch behind me, Aeon Frodo, and we're doing some The Worlds With You Final Remix. So, you'll notice I am not in the game right now. That's because this is actually really important. I need to set my clock to be at 11 p.m. because when the time ticks over to the next day, quote unquote, when the console thinks that's going to actually matter for the run. So, I'm going to start it up and into, let's make sure we select the correct save file, and let's go right on in.
Yeah, so The World Ends With You originally came out on DS, and then it got a remake on the Switch, probably, was it 2018 or?
Yeah, 2018-ish.
Yeah, so the 2018 version is a much more accessible title, would you say it's much easier?
It's a much easier speedrun. It's also a lot shorter because the text goes a lot faster. It's a lot less painful in your hands as well, which is going to sound very shocking when I start this run because it is not very nice. By the way, what's the sound we're doing?
Yep, with a staggering $2 to original music being the only incentive donation for that. The original music will be the choice for this run.
All right, timer starts in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So yeah, this is a port that came out almost 10 years after the original. So The Worlds With You originally came out on DS, and it was kind of a remarkable game for its time. They really just kind of said, you know, the DS has all these features. It's got a touch screen, it's got a microphone, it's got some wireless capabilities in there.
Stop talking.
We're going to use the entire thing. So almost every single thing or metric on it was used, including the fact I think it's one of the only games that really forces you to use both screens of the DS at the same time. Which meant that the game had a huge learning curve as well. Then, like, randomly, like, about 5 or 6 years later, they ported it to iOS of all things. It was an iOS exclusive. It's The Worlds With You solo remix. And
I don't get people.
The version was pretty decent. Didn't really get a lot of speedrunning love or interest just because, I mean, who speedruns iOS games? But then, just randomly in a Nintendo Direct, they dropped that this was coming, which is The Worlds With You Final Remix. It is effectively solo remix with some bonus content. So we are starting up right here in just a little bit. One thing that's kind of funny about this game, and you'll see it in the intro, but because it was originally on DS and it used both screens for cutscenes, they kind of had to like use both, like, there's really strange camera angles during some of the animated cutscenes for the game, in part because they had to figure out how to make this like thing that was originally like a double stack screen work on just a single screen. So we have our protagonist Neku with the player pin. I'm going to go ahead and flip it. And all kinds of stuff happening. So here's the first thing everyone's going to notice about this game. You have to mash every bit of text in this game. And it goes very quickly, but it is a pain in the butt. Now you might think like, huh, that's interesting.
Focus.
New Game Plus has a fantastic cutscene skip. For only New Game Plus, you have to do this the entire time on New Game runs.
Yeah.
So I have the game is controlled with single Joy-Cons. This is one player, 2 controllers, so I'm technically going to be playing in co-op as soon as I unlock it, but until then I can only use the one Joy-Con anyway. And I do have to mash with just the one Joy-Con.
Yeah, funny thing about the Joy-Cons too is that the, I guess the OLED ones, they're not particularly great with this game for some reason. So we've got like original one, thanks, provided by me, which is, yeah.
Yeah, if anybody's ever like taken a Switch to a major event and then tried to use the Joy-Cons as a controller, they have very, very bad Bluetooth radios in them. I remember like the first time I was at a GDQ with one, we were playing Puyo Puyo Tetris in the practice room, and the people that were playing on Joy-Cons just were continuously like getting missed inputs and double inputs and dropped inputs. Makes this game a little bit scary to run at events sometimes because you know, there is no alternative control method. You have to use the Joy-Cons for this. This is what I mentioned, by the way, about how like the dual screens really not knowing how to show some of these cutscenes. Like the angles are very strange at times. Like we're gonna like the top half of a bunch of characters and like the bottom half in a second shot. Yeah, they really just had to like condense that like those cutscenes into one screen, which they just were not meant for. Like right there, the top of Beat's head is like the only thing you saw of him for some reason. Alright, so if you haven't played this game before, the Worlds with You has a pretty basic structure. The game takes place over 3 different weeks. Each week we're going to have a different partner. So we're going to go right here. We're going to meet our first partner in just a little bit. And it's going to be Shiki. Kind of funnily enough, Shiki's actually the best partner in this game. She was kind of average-ish in the DS version. Like, very easy to use, but kind of a low ceiling. She's just broken in this version. She's incredible. Alright, so here we go. We're going to get our first taste of real combat here. You'll notice that I have the Joy-Con in my hand, controlling it like a pointer. Works very similarly to how like Skyward Sword does. And we're going to go ahead and just burn this frog. And we're going to burn the frog. There we go.
That was nothing.
Yeah, you can see a little bit. One of the most common complaints about this game, especially this version, but they were complaints about this even back in the DS version, is that it is occasionally very difficult to control. Because the entire game was controlled with just the touchscreen, and these frogs are not wanting to group up. There you go.
Easy.
But yeah, because everything is controlled, even everything from movement to what pins you use, all that is based on different motions you do with the touchscreen originally, and then this one with the motion controls used as a pointer. A lot of these motions just don't work very well, and I would say that like part of the interesting thing when you play this game the first time casually is just kind of learning what pins work very well. I remember like casually, like slash pins worked very, very easily. And stuff like press pins, there's ones that like draw a circle. In the original version, there were like ones that would use the microphone. And just finding out which pins were actually good and like consistent was actually like a really big deal. Now, of course, for the speedrun, we're using whatever is actually the best. And one of the ones we use eventually is actually obnoxiously difficult to use, so that should be a lot of fun. So here, we're getting a tutorial on how our partner works. We're not going to really worry about this too much because we're switching to co-op in just a little bit anyway.
This won't be hard.
But if you're wondering, if you've like only played the DS version, like how do they make this work with like in the original DS version, you had combat on both screens at the same time. The bottom screen would control just Neku, and the top screen would be just your partner. And on iOS and Switch, I mean, they don't have a second screen, so they had to find a way to integrate your partner into the main game. And what they did is they just turned Shiki into a pin. So Shiki is just a basic tap attack. Joshua is a downward swipe, and Beat is a press and hold. And
It's all you.
okay, come on. There we go.
Easy.
All right. And coming up on the boss of week 1 right here. So this is another tutorial, something that's actually pretty important. If you alternate attacks between you and your partner, you actually get a damage increase on both, on the hit that does the mix.
Here it comes. Neku. Yes. It's all.
You'll also notice that for the pyrokinesis, I'm trying to just tap it. The only frame that matters on this is like the very first one. The hitbox is active, and you can't do damage to them on every single frame. So if you just tap it, you can kind of make that the pyrokinesis pin go a little bit longer and kind of not have to waste time on the reload. So that's day 1. Again, there's going to be 7 days per week. There's 3 different weeks in the game. And day 2 is one of the worst days for mashing, so you guys are going to be laughing at me a little bit right here. So if you're wondering how I end up mashing, you kind of just put your thumbs on the A and B button, you just kind of rock the controller back and forth. It's about the fastest, most consistent way of doing it. But it is pretty hard. Your biceps and triceps actually get a nice little workout while doing it. So at the end of day 1, we just kind of like pass out and wake up like randomly in this like subway area. And we're like trying to figure out what's going on. We try to leave, we get stuck at a wall, we go, and then Yeah, this is what we're finding about wall reapers. So one of the ways the game tries to block your progress is these reapers will set up literal walls, and you talk to them, they tell you what to do to get past them. So this guy's condition is we have to beat these 3 noise that are next to him. Noise are the enemy of the game. They're kind of like just... I'm trying to think remember what the actual term is. I think it's like unbridled emotion that just kind of like exists in the atmosphere that you have access to see and fight. Reapers, who are the bad guys of the game, have like some modicum of control over them. So here we're doing a tutorial. It's going to show us a bunch of different pins. This is tap pins. So we get electricity, and then we get force rounds, which I'm going to do that.
That was nothing.
You are perfect there. You can take out one with the electricity and one with the force rounds. Unfortunately, I missed a single bullet with the force rounds, which meant that it wasn't going to happen. Up next is one of my favorite types of psychs. This is psychokinesis. This is where you can just swipe across any object that's on the field, and it'll do a ton of damage. So right here, we're going to just throw this bike at the frogs. And there we go. The size of the object you throw at them changes both the hitbox and the damage it does. So if you see a car, you do like way more damage. It is a bit luck dependent. If you get the wrong type of object, you'll both have like way too small of a hitbox and not do any damage. And then lastly, here's Slash. This is what the Root used to do way back in 2019 in Limit Break. It's a very easy, consistent motion, which is nice.
That was nothing.
And does pretty solid damage. So we clear all of our noise, the wall reaper is going to clear it, and we're going to move right on past. Shiki's going to comment that like it's kind of strange we can use every single one of these pins. You're really only expected to be able to use 1 or 2. But I guess we're just kind of lucky like that. So as we leave the station underpass, we're going to meet up with Beat and Rhyme. These are 2 other players in the game. So we're not really sure what the Reaper's game is and why we're in it at the moment. All we know is the people that have those pins are in the game, and that you have to have a partner. And the reason why is that when you're fighting noise, you're fighting them on 2 different planes at the same time. So technically, Shiki is not in the same area as we are when we're fighting. She's fighting in her own plane. But you have to defeat them in both planes at the same time. Effectively, on the DS, it was an excuse for both screens to have combat at the same time.
Yeah, regarding the both versions, I guess on this version of the game, your partner doesn't like take damage, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see that in just a little bit when we get to the actual co-op. But as a weird little quirk of this game, because we only control Neku, they just, and this was like kind of based on the iOS port, they just kind of added co-op as like a thing they could do. The partner character does not actually have a hurt box at all. They just don't take damage, which is funny because they did on the original DS version. One of the interesting things that you had to learn how to do potentially is know when to block with the upper character. Shiki would block. Joshua has a spot dodge, so on and so forth. So right here we have co-op. Here comes the very fun part of co-op. In the middle of a speed run, you have to deal with the switch's tech. So I'm going to go ahead and get the right controller connected, left controller connected. Okay, I'm going to hit the A button. I'm going to give it just a second. If you move too quickly there, you can actually get the accelerometer in a weird spot, and it won't think the controller will start to drift. I definitely put you in there. Go. Thank you. So now we have our pins. We have our co-op. So you're going to see now when we load into combat, I'm going to have a second cursor that's going to be the left Joy-Con. And Shiki now is both on screen, and she has 3 pins of her own. So Shiki has 3 attacks. The really broken one is this one. There we go. I'm going to be watching the cooldown on the Lariat like pretty heavily. It's the most important attack she has, and it gets better over the course of the game as well. As you start clearing things, she gets stickers that like decrease the time it takes for her to reboot her pins, increase the damage she does, all kinds of little things. But one of the biggest things it does is it makes that attack last a lot longer. Right now, it only lasts for a couple of hits. Right here. Only 1 wolf. I don't know if I've ever seen just 1 wolf in that fight before.
Is it random, the amount of like enemies that show up?
Yep, the enemies that show up in those fights are random.
Okay.
Usually 2 wolves, though. I think I've seen 3 before, but I don't think I've ever seen just 1. I was actually like, worried like he ran off screen, I didn't see him. All right, so we clear the Moyai statue, which is going to get us to the barrier. So the mission on day 2, each day in the Reaper game, you get a mission that you have to accomplish in order to survive. It's has to do with Hachiko. So the Runs With You takes place in Shibuya, which is kind of like the fashion district in Japan. And one of the most popular things, it's right by the train station, is the statue of Hachiko. It's a, forget what time period it was, but there was a dog that would meet its owner at a train station every single day. And his owner just didn't show up one day, so the dog would wait there though every single day for him, and then they eventually erected a statue. But it's a really common meeting place in Shibuya, so naturally there's a pretty prominent like location in this game. So we're gonna get the information that Hachiko is sad. We're gonna go pet the doggy, and it's gonna make the doggy really happy. And by really happy, it's gonna attack us. So right here, we're gonna get 3 wolves in a grouping right here. If I do this properly, I can try to keep them all grouped up. And the lariat
Here it comes.
should. No. Yeah. That one kind of got a little stuck in the corner there, so I was not able to keep them grouped up. In theory, you can group them all up and then take them all out with one lariat.
Not an option.
All right.
Time for a quick donation.
Absolutely.
Yep. We have that earlier $2 anonymous that put towards the World Ends With You original music, as well as $750 from a bear with a shotgun. That put this towards the World Ends With You final remix incentive, now finishing that final time attack incentive at the end of the run. Thank you all so much. That does put us over the 3K mark as well. Thank you.
Wow. Alrighty, so the final time attack with the incentive that you guys all so generously donated for. It's a kind of new game plus thing you do at the end. I'm going to have a separate save file that'll kind of show what I do on it, but you end up fighting kind of every single boss, you know, back to back to back as a huge boss rush. And it's kind of funny. You get to see just how different like the late game setups do versus what they look like when you do them in the middle of the run. So we take care of the statue, and then we have a little bit of time here, and Uzuki is going to be a bit of a turd. So she's making fun of us, and
Kill me.
we say, okay, we got one way to get out of this game. If we take out the Reaper, then we're fine. And she goes, ooh, you want to take us out? And then she says, well, how about this? I'll get you out of the game, but you have to kill your partner. And Neku is your average 2000s era edgy JRPG protagonist. So we are going to have this cutscene here, and if you miss it the first time, it's okay. You'll see it again in about 30 seconds, I swear. I'm not sure why they decided to do that, even in the DS game. Usually, by the time you finish this one, you just go right into day 3, and you would do it anyway. I imagine it's probably just something to do with the structure of the game and how they wanted each day to be separate. So maybe you could like play one day per train ride, you know, if you're a Japanese businessman traveling back and forth. Yeah, like I said, I don't know why they put this in twice, but they did. So it's nice. It gives me a little bit of a break from all the mashing. All right, so we're in a pretty dark area. We're trying to figure out what's going on. We're going to go ahead and, as we're leaving, we're going to bump into Shiki in the dark. So at least we didn't do what we said we were going to do. Turns out that we were interrupted by Mr. H here, who told us actually no one else can give missions, and she was lying to you. So Mr. H is a pretty important character in the story. He is going to kind of explain to us what the Reaper's game is. We find out that apparently it's what happens when you die. You have kind of the option to enter this strange game to have a second chance at life. But the cost of doing so is you have to give up the thing that's most precious to you, which is why we're an amnesiac. We actually don't remember anything from before this. Apparently, Neku's memories were very important to him. We'll get to what Shiki's cost is in just towards the end of the week. So the mission of the day, we have to clear the boss of this soundstage. It's kind of a cute little moment because we're like, oh, hey, you know, I know where this stage is. Let's go there. So we leave, and like as we leave, Shiki goes, oh, we're here. We're like, so the lights are out at the stage. We have to go figure out how to turn them back on in order to find the boss. In the meantime, we're going to go in here.
Good day.
And we're going to do our first bit of shopping. So one of the stranger differences, on the DS version, you don't start with any money, but on the Switch, you just start with 5,000 yen for some reason. It's kind of nice. It means we don't have to do any selling before our first bit of shopping. So we're going to go ahead and buy a ribbon bonnet for Shiki. Our builds in this are built to max out attack. There's a lot of different things you can do to build towards in this game. And in the DS version, it's actually kind of interesting. You have to try to balance what's called sync and puck passing skills with damage output. But on Switch, the replacement for those effects is not nearly as strong, especially in a speedrun setting. So we're just going to go straight up build for attack. So right here, we're getting the blank pin. It's going to allow us to do supers. It's a pretty powerful mechanic, but the way that they tried to do it, so when you played the DS version, every character had a minigame. Shiki's different attack chains would each have a card that you try to match with one that she would have on the side. And the way they integrate that in this is they have this little minigame that you do when you do supers. However, supers take about 26 seconds, so we're going to avoid doing them unless it saves us a lot of time in a fight. Alright, Lariat. Thank you. So you see right there, like we could have used the super, but it was much faster to just take out the enemies individually. I gotta make sure to say that's enough, or we'll actually have to do that fight twice. And we're still looking for our tech to go fix the stage. Turns out he's hiding in the only ramen bar that's completely empty during lunchtime. So we're gonna go in here to the ramen shop. And fortunately for us, we got to do some shopping here anyway. So we're gonna buy 2 miso soups. These are gonna give attack to Shiki, 1 Shio ramen, which is gonna get us through a quest later on, and a tonkatsu ramen for Neku. Tonkatsu ramen increases your bravery, which changes the amount of the types of clothes you can wear. Tonkatsu ramen is fine. We need something to kind of jumpstart us a little bit, and it does a decent enough job at it. So tonkatsu ramen, miso on you. We're gonna go ahead and equip the ribbon bonnet. Pins, we're gonna throw this on. And one more thing, we're gonna drop our level to level 1. One other small thing that's really annoying is that enemy pins have types of priority, and random enemies have a higher priority than story enemies. So this guy right here ended up blocking the boss noise right here. But we dropped our level to level 1. The only thing your level really impacts is your amount of HP. And it increases your drop rate by the amount of levels that you don't use. So by being on level 1, we have effectively doubled our drop rate for different items. Okay, Shiki. Thank you.
Yeah, that was great.
That's how it's done.
So just keep an eye on the lariat, both the damage and the attacks. The damage is going to be completely wild towards the end of this week, which is good because right now Neku doesn't have a lot of good pins to use. We're going to take out this pig right here. It's going to give us some money and also give us a free, very fast fight. So the way food works is you have to digest it. And to do that, you have to do a fight. Every fight reduces 1 bite of the food.
Yeah, that was great.
So right now we've fought 2, so we've taken 2 bites of our tonkatsu ramen. Tonkatsu ramen is, I believe, 14 total bites before we fully digested it and gain the stat boost permanently from it. There's also a little mechanic where you can't have more than 24 bites in a day. Hence why the time is actually really important. We're going to use those 24 bites partly on this tonkatsu ramen, and then we're also going to use a lot of them, but we're going to use the next day's bites on the second set of food we're going to be doing.
Watch yourself.
I don't need that. Again. Nice.
So, in classic JRPG fashion, birds are awful, by the way. Anything that floats just does not have a super great hurt box.
So, who's next?
So one of the nice things about the Lariat is that this is a really active and large hitbox, so you can kind of just throw it over enemies and it'll hit them. 16 seconds is not bad for this point in the run. We're looking for a second wolf, which is right here. Perfect.
We can do this, Neku. Again. Nice. Here it comes.
There we go.
Yeah, that was
All
great.
right.
Losing's not an option.
And that's going to clear this wall reaper, which can allow us to find the technician again. So while we're also here, we're going to bump into Beat and Rhyme again, and these are the other players in the game with us. And they're going to give us some advice, going to help us figure out how to do this mission. And something that's kind of nice is that if one player completes a mission, kind of everybody does. It's something we're kind of learning. So there's actually a lot of incentive to work together as players, which is kind of a really helpful for us. Again, we don't really know what's going on. We're still trying to learn how things work. So we learned something about memes and imprinting here. Basically, these pins that we have that allow us to kind of read people's minds also kind of allow us to inception ideas on people. So we're going to look and we're going to say, oh, hey, the word blackout is apparently a keyword. We can imprint blackout on people. So we're going to go use that to tell this tech what to get, because he, for some reason, can't remember what part he's supposed to be buying in the first place. He's so panicked about getting yelled at to go do his job. We're going to go up here. This guy's going to tell us that he needs a fuse to fix the light. We're also, though, going to go run down here, take a small detour. And we're going to get the cough drops meme as well. So this girl right here says much better. She's like, oh, hey, I just have some cough drops. I feel so much better right now. And we're going to go ahead and print that on the tech as well. He's going to pick that up for 777 or 777. And that's going to get us a very important pin. And it's a very small detour, so we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to go here, we're going to imprint, make sure we do cough drops, we do fuse, we can't go backwards. And then we're also going to run here, we're going to go run and buy 2 ice creams.
Thanks, come again.
All the menuing in this game has to be done with the touchscreen, which is very annoying sometimes when both the scrolling and the drag to move it to the buy is the same motion. So we're going to go back to Dogonzaka. We're going to go check and make sure the tech is buying the right part, which we know he isn't. He's buying the cough drops. And then Shiki's going to say, hey, you should like imprint a part for repairs. So we go over here. Right back into Coffin Corner. And we're going to go into the boss of the week. So right here, we're going to get the bonus for getting the cough drops. It's going to be a lucky star. It's going to increase the drop rate of items, which is actually very relevant.
And that fixed thing in the corner says it's actually a fixed like rate, right? Or fixed
Yeah, fix. If it says fixed on it, it just means that the pin doesn't have an attack, so it's just kind of a static ability. All right, so here we are fighting the boss of the area. It's this little bat right here. So we have to use Shiki to go jump up to the top with the lights, and then we're going to go kill all the bats. And right here, hopefully we can get a one cycle. It's a little tricky. Got it. Very nice.
Easy.
That is like shockingly difficult to do. If you don't get your sync attacks just right, or you drop your attacks like at all, you have to kind of do a second cycle. In early builds of the route, we used to just super there to kind of guarantee it. But even if you fail it, it's usually faster to just do the roof a second time than it is to super. Again, super animation is just so long. So right here, Beat and Rhyme are going to help us out. They're going to take care of the last little bat for us. If we didn't take care of that, we would have failed the mission. So that was very handy of them. And we're going to get told that if we fail the missions, we lose our right to exist. So yeah, kind of a big deal. All right.
Time for another donation.
Absolutely.
Yep, we have $10 from Style and I that says, "I love rotating birds so much." Thank you, Dan. Thank you.
I don't know what it is. I swear, if a JRPG has birds in it, they're just the worst enemy. It doesn't matter if it's an action RPG or not. They're just awful, like, universally. So today, it's kind of an interesting thing. Our mission is super easy. Uzuki even says, "Who made today's missions for like age 5 and up?" And we're like, what's going to happen though is it's a trap. You know, they're trying to bait us into a false sense of security. All right, so we're going to go over here real quick. There's a pig. Okay, cool.
We can do this, Neku.
I think I forgot to fight one of the pigs yesterday, so I'll have to do backup in a second here.
That was nothing.
So pig noise are kind of like rare noise. They drop like one item, they're pretty much guaranteed to get it, and they have like different gimmicks to actually take care of them. Go here, pins. We're gonna go ahead and sell our 5,000 yen pins. We're gonna learn about clothing here and trends in particular. So there are 13 different brands of clothing in the game, and depending on what you're wearing, you can influence the real world when you're doing fights. So if you know, wore all of a specific clothing brand, then you did stuff, everybody in that area would think it's cool, and there's a bonus then to pins that have that maker. It does matter quite a bit for the run. If something is, especially if one of your attacking pins is minus, it'll do half the damage. If it's the #1 brand, you'll do double damage. And that also matters a bit for getting through some certain stuff. So we're going to go here. We're going to go to D&B. I'm going to buy a fusion boost for Shiki and an attack
Thanks
boost.
a bunch.
I'm going to go to Wild Boar. We're going to buy 2 shirts.
Thanks a
And yes,
bunch.
you do have to buy them individually. So down to the scramble. We need to find 2 wolf noise. And there should be a pig here as well. I need to remember where it is.
Focus.
Gets to the left, if I remember correctly.
We can do this, Neku.
So these These frogs drop money, which is pretty important.
We did it!
Yeah, wolves can be annoying. They like to run off the screen.
Losing's not an option.
Let's go this way a little bit. See if I can see it.
Focus. Watch yourself.
Again!
Yeah. Enough.
Again! Neku! Here it comes! Yeah! Again! How's that?
All right.
About seamless!
That's how it's done.
I think the pig is right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say like top left when you move down there.
This won't be hard. Again! How's that? We did it! Losing's not an option.
All right, cool. So Shiki's digested her soup, so she's gonna gain 1 attack permanently. This is one of the most infamous cutscenes in the entire game. We kind of learn a little bit about Shiki here. She's kind of an aspiring sewer, or seamstress, to the point where even the little pig that she fights with, she made herself. And by pig, I definitely mean cat. Neku calls it a pig all the time. It's like, wow, this like is horrible, but she's like, yeah, it was the first thing I made. It wasn't very good at the time. So then here, we're gonna go to items. Throw the shirt on Neku, shirt on you. Second miso ramen here. We're gonna go into our pins and we're gonna add this poison bones. Poison bones inflicts a damage down on enemies at the start of fights. Ends up being just like slightly better than having an extra damage pin. There's only really so many different attacks you can use before your first ones are off cooldown anyway. And it matters a lot for these early fights especially. All right, so we're just about to accomplish the mission, and remember that false sense of security comes back to bite us right here. So Rhyme is going to save Beat at the sacrifice of her own life, and we still have to deal with the shark. And the other thing that happens here is if your partner dies, you can't fight noise at all. So basically you're just food, you're gonna get eaten and you're gonna die. So Beat is just kind of screwed here. And we're going to try to save him real quick. And we're gonna take care of all the noise here.
Again! Here it comes! Here it comes!
Alright, that should be all of them. Yep.
That was nothing.
Yeah, so a lot of the skills in this first week is trying to get enemies to group up so that you can actually damage them more consistently.
Hey.
There's only so much you can do about that sometimes. You have to kind of run and catch stragglers a little bit. The boss of this week is this shark that killed Rhyme. It's a little bit, it's not too difficult, but if you don't take him out fast enough, he can end up diving under the ground and you can't hit him anymore.
Here it comes!
Should be good here. Yeah, there we go. Very nice. Yeah, you start seeing how those the cross attacks and the sync attacks like that are really trying to increase our damage.
Here it comes!
One other thing, if you look at the health bars, the yellow part is actually 75%. The green is only about a quarter of the actual health you have to go through on enemies. So the second half of the second health bar goes by a lot faster than the first. Alrighty, on to day number 5. So our mission for the day, we need to clear all the noise at Spain Hill. So we got a couple things we need to do. First thing we need to do is we need to learn about Reaper Creeper, which is basically Shibuya plays like with a Ouija board that Reapers can move and kind of communicate with them with. And we're going to use this to help us clear the mission of the day. Hilariously, it doesn't ever actually matter what you pick with Reaper Creeper. You can go with any direction whatsoever, but you do have to actually move it slow enough where the person doesn't think that they just bumped the table. Alright, so I'm looking for 2 bears, which I got right there. The noise don't technically have like names for them on the map. Colloquially, people do call this one the bear noise, though.
Here it comes.
Yeah, come on.
It's all you. Here it comes.
Go.
That was nothing.
Here it comes.
Alright.
This won't be hard.
Start over here.
Enough.
Yeah. There.
Okay, come on.
Here it comes.
Yeah. Ha.
Again. Here it comes. Yeah.
Easy.
Not my best fights. One thing that's actually pretty important as well, when we just gain the ability to chain fights, meaning we can do multiple fights back to back. Saves a lot of time because we don't have to go through the ending animation for each fight individually. And you also get like increased or bonus stuff for doing it. However, the downside is you have to go from each fight to each fight, which means that you carry over your health bar, your pin cooldowns, everything. So you'll see me at the end of most fights. I'll try to burn the rest of, especially the lariat. That way that when I start the next fight, it's going to be at or near full. Got a bunch of shopping to do here. So we're going to go here. And we're going to sell just about everything. So when you get money in this game, you don't actually get money. You get these pins that you sell to the game to make money. Go into Malco. We're going to go into Tiger Punks. We're going to buy 2 cotton biker vests.
Nice, isn't it?
Spiked choker. I messed it up a little bit.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That's
Thanks a
fine.
bunch.
3rd sneaker is totally fine.
Hey, man.
Buy a knit casket.
See you again.
And off we go. So we're going to go lower level back to 1, go into our items, and Neku can wear the knit casket. Can't wear anything else yet. Shiki starts with a very high bravery, so she can use all of it at once. And then we go to our pins, and we need to equip Masamune, which is a better version of that slash pin we're using. And then we need the Murasame to be the level 3 for a wall tomorrow. We're going to use Spain Hill as an opportunity to change this. So we're going to go right in front of Mexican Dog. And I'm looking for frog noise in particular. I guess that'll work.
Yeah, not all, like, noises aren't really static on screen, so it's kind of like random what appears on the screen.
Yep.
So if he has to, like, if he doesn't see what he wants, he has to, like, exit the screen and then go back in.
Yeah, it's a little annoying.
I can't.
It's all you.
I can't. Easy.
Kind of nice here. So our lariat's already off cooldown here, so we're going to have that start of this. I think
Your
right
good is gone.
there. I'm not sure that would kill without having to cross attack.
right?
You don't want to cross attack if you don't have to a lot of time, because the animation for the cross kind of stuns the screen for a little bit. It doesn't, like,
We up for this?
it does less damage when you don't do it, but in general, if Shiki would kill without doing it, I'm not going to. There we go.
So, who's
One
next?
more small thing, when you level up, it's going to full heal you. Usually that's actually a detriment. There is a lot of strategies later on in this run that revolve around us having low health.
Is that the same in the DS version where you get to get the full heal on
Yep.
the level up? Yeah.
So Neku finished digesting his tonkatsu, so we're going to get the starter ice cream. And these girls are apparently the source of all the noise because they're kind of bickering and fighting. So we're going to go ahead and try to clear the noise on them. So same thing here.
Gotcha.
Come on. Here it comes.
So,
Go.
who's next?
One thing that's kind of annoying, I think you might see it a bit here. No, definitely not here.
Watch yourself.
Enemies will spawn in and then they'll jump last second to like go to a spot where they can actually exist. So like right there, you saw it a little bit how that one was like further down at the bottom, and then the gumball machine was here, so it pushed them up. It's really annoying with birds in particular because they tend to scatter.
Watch yourself.
Right there, it actually benefited me.
Here it comes. Talk about seamless.
All right. Actually, a really good set of 3 fights.
Done.
35 seconds, so that's incredible. One of the kind of cool things about this run is you get to kind of gauge your own time and how each fight goes because it literally has a timer on it. All right, so the noise just keeps coming, and we're finding out it's because we need to actually solve the problem. And what's happening is that I thinks that Mina is trying to get with the boy that she has a crush on.
Huh?
And she's going to get the truth by using Reaper Creeper. And we're going to find out. We know that Mina did buy tickets, or 2 tickets to a concert that boy especially likes. So Neku's going to say that we should tell the truth. Shiki says we shouldn't. And instead we're going to go to the gate, which is neither, because the text is slightly faster. Oops. And we're going to find out it's very wholesome. Mina bought the tickets for I, as to be a good friend. She wanted her friend to go on a super awesome date. So instead we have one last noise here to take out.
This won't be hard.
And we're through.
Yeah, that was great.
So I believe this is the first point we're going to meet the boss of the first week. So the other thing about each week is each week has a different Reaper that is set as the game master. And the first one is Gordon Ramsay. He is obsessed with cooking. So all of his analogies, everything he says is some kind of a cooking thing. So to him, he talks about like how Shiki is stewing in something. And he is excited and he can't wait to, he wants to taste his handiwork so far
Your
here.
good is gone.
Nice. Here it comes.
Come on. Enough.
How's that?
See ya.
Nice.
Very nice, very clean.
Here it comes.
So, who's next?
keep an eye here on Murasame. Did not get to level 3 there, so I don't need to take it off just yet.
Yeah, what's the bad thing about over-leveling badges, pins in the speedrun?
So this one is the only one that really matters, and the problem with this pin in particular is that it evolves after level 4. So if it evolves, it doesn't fulfill the condition to go past a door later on. So I need to get it to 3, and I need to stop leveling at that point. Otherwise, the level on pins doesn't actually matter. And pins evolve for a lot of different things. Unfortunately, that's a pin that evolves on Battle EXP. There's also what's called Mingle PP and Shutdown PP. I forget how they handled Mingle PP, but it used to be done with the DSS wireless stuff. Like if you were near other players, you would like get free level ups on your pins. And then the Shutdown PP, which is if you just stop playing and close the system, you would get free PP. Which the main thing that happens in the run for that is that it, if you have a practice file, you have to declip all of your pins, otherwise you'll accidentally level them up, which is very annoying. So we have our last mission, or our mission today. We have to dominate the view, is what it says. And we know this guy wants to do something with an advertisement here at exactly 3 o'clock. Actually need to feed Neku first. Making good time, actually.
It's edible.
So there's that. Oh, I can also equip the sneaks and this. And go back to level 1. For now, levels matter because I'm trying to... I need the money from drops. I need to guarantee they happen as often as possible.
We can do this, Neku.
So these birds, we're going to find a lot of them over the course of today and tomorrow. They drop an item called Rare Metal, which is really, really important.
That was nothing.
They're also really annoying to fight. They like to steal your pins. You can't use them to attack. Their hitboxes are terrible. They like to move a lot. All right, so we cleared the noise, and Makoto's like, all right, I got it. We're gonna, here are our slogans. I'm gonna get some people to wear these pins so we can hopefully get people to look at this advertisement. And he has some absolutely terrible catchphrases, but each of them does happen to work on one person. So Naota and So, you say totally gnarly, and he just starts lying about his grandpa. They're like, oh yeah, we'll wear the pin to support your grandpa. Yeah. Again, this game's really charming and really cute. I highly recommend playing it if you get a chance. And its sequel is incredible as well. Probably like one of the best legacy sequels of all time, considering it came out like over 10 years after the original game. Here's another one, and it's Unreal, bro. Alright, so right here, I'm looking for as many birds as I can get. That was 3 birds, that's pretty good. I'll take that.
Focus.
1, 2, 3, and then one of those. Ugh, that's really annoying. I have to run anyway, that's fine.
You're good as
I
gone.
need to take the Murasame off. Shiki's gonna be a little disappointed at me.
Yeah, and each time you run from the counter, you lose a little bit of your sync.
Yeah. We're going to throw that on, and we're going to put it under sub. Sub basically means that the motion requires me to hold a different button to execute it. Yeah. So you see how it's not active? I have the sub button. If I hit X, I can swap over
Do
to
this, Neku.
that other pin.
I can't. Here it comes.
Really? That didn't hit anybody? There's enough on that where I'm not going to burn it. I think it's probably worth holding on to here.
We can do this, Neku. Again.
Cheeky, please lariat, thank you. Okay, cool. So again, the lariat right here on the far right, that's going to be off cooldown right here. Which is great. You really want that at the start of each fight.
This won't be hard. It's all you. Gotcha.
Come on.
Here it comes.
See ya.
Again. Yes.
Alright,
Here it
spin.
comes.
Should have one more fight. I think I'm
Who's
going to burn it.
next?
Yeah, there we go. And
This won't
that's what I
be
meant.
hard.
The birds like teleporting like that is really annoying. They tend to just not want to stay in the same spot. That's a really nice grouping though. Stay right there. There we go. Cool. So that's going to get us a bunch of rare metal because we fought 3 birds in a 4-chain.
That's how it's done.
7 rare metal. That's not amazing, but it's good enough. And talk here. We're going to clear the wall. It's going to give us a shortcut for later, and we need the silk for an item. Cool, so I did do that. That's great. So now I need the clock to tick over. This is about a 3-minute window. I'm actually a little fast compared to what I was in practice, so that's fine. Just a little bit annoying. We're going to go over to Malco. And what am I buying here? That's right. Go into Tiger Punks.
Come on in.
Buy a biker jacket.
Nice, isn't it? Thanks a bunch.
Didn't check how much money I had there. Do I have? Okay, I got enough. I'm gonna go buy some crepes. So what's important here, again, it's gonna take over, it's gonna refill our food. So we're gonna be able to eat another 24 bites, which is good because otherwise we have to eat like kind of snacks because the last 6 don't fill. So instead we're gonna start eating these crepes. And crepes are really nice because they're very efficient at raising our bravery for their price. They just take 8 bites. You can't eat them if you have already eaten stuff that day. 2, 3, and then we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4 hot
Muchas
dogs.
gracias. Bienvenido.
And-
Muchas gracias.
Actually got a little too close to the door there. The hitbox around the door kind of like forms a little circle around the outside of it. So it's very easy to accidentally go into shops if you're doing some other stuff. So, I want that clock to tick over, which takes just a little bit more time. We're going to get back to Scramble Crossing, and Shiki's going to kind of get a little depressed here. It's been a very difficult week for her. And this is where we're going to start to find out what actually is up with Shiki. We're going to see someone that looks exactly like her. Like, what the heck is that? You know, what's going on? Turns out that Shiki's entry fee was her appearance. So she actually doesn't look like this. In fact, you don't really even see her in this game. You see, like, the very end, you see some glasses and some black hair holding Mr. Mew. So, take down Shiki. We gotta go talk to Mick again. Button. We're gonna go into our pins, and we're gonna have to go pull this off. Go to deck B, put this back on. We're gonna throw some pins that work very well because our movement's gonna be restricted for the next little bit. We go here, go into our items, and hopefully, I'm just gonna wait this last little minute out. I'm a little bit early here relative to what I thought it would be. In practice, it worked every single time, but I guess I'm getting a little bit better, which is a good thing. So just waiting for this to tick over. And there we go. All right, so we're gonna eat our first crate, and we can throw a biker vest on as well while we're at it. All right, so we got to do a 4-chain. We're trying to get at least 3 birds again. This I can do 4 birds. Perfect.
Your good is gone.
Again! Again! It's all you! Yeah! Here it comes!
So the red skull pin that we're trying to advertise is annoying. It's got only an active a detriment. It doesn't do anything positive.
Here it comes!
And it makes us run really slow.
Yeah!
But we need to, this is where we're learning about how what we wear affects what's popular in the real world.
That was nothing.
The first week of this one is by far the longest. It's where kind of all the tutorial stuff happens.
We can do this, Neku! Here it comes!
Of course, I whiffed.
Take off!
You see how much damage Shiki really is doing for us and how she's carrying us. The other annoying thing about the red pin, it takes away your ability to dash. Neku is completely invulnerable during his dash.
Here it comes!
So we actually like kind of lose like even a defensive tool. I love the car.
Here it comes!
Easy.
Okay, come on. Still the car, that's really nice.
This won't be hard. Here it comes! Talk about seamless!
Should burn it.
Who's
9
this
rare medals,
option?
very nice. Alright, so we're going to go up to 104. We need to do this again, although there's no birds in this area. We're also going to go run into
Hi
Edgar
there.
real quick, and we're going to go buy this
Come
safe
back
landing.
soon.
It's not super important. It allows you to kind of tech if you get bumped. I'd like to get at least 1 frog for money if I can. No, not liking any of that. We're going to try that again. Where are the enemies? What the heck? It's 2 bears. It's not ideal. Oh, here we go. Come on. There's a frog. And sure.
This won't be hard. Yeah! It's all you! Here it comes! Again! Again! Yes! Here it comes!
Alright, so I gotta fight 2 more. Got a car, that's nice.
This won't be hard. Here it comes!
And Shiki just soloed that whole grouping. Kind of happy to see that.
So, who's next?
And keep the car. Nope, I'm not.
Watch yourself.
Here it comes! Yeah!
points. All right.
That's how it's done.
So we've done all we can. All we can do now is wait and find out what's going to happen at the crossing in just a little bit. But we're off the clock, so Shiki's going to go check in on Eri, her best friend, one more time. Oh, yeah, it's the opposite. She runs away, and later on she's going to go check with her, and she's going to find out that her and Eri had a bit of a falling out right before Shiki died. But, like, it's like the classic, like, misunderstanding. It's like, you don't have what it takes to be a clothes designer because you're the greatest seamstress ever. You're so good at making clothes. But, like, the second half never actually comes out, so she just, like, thinks that she hates her. All right. And we are on to the final day, and this is the day that's changed the most since I first started running this game back in 2019. For Final Remix, they added 3 extra days of content. It's some really cool new stuff. Basically becomes like an entrance randomizer, like scrambles the entire Shibuya. Lots of kind of interesting stuff that happens. It adds a bunch of bonus effects, but to unlock that, they added an enemy in this next area. You have to clear one of these on the last day of each week. And these enemies have different enemies that you normally wouldn't have had access to at this point in the game.
Good day. I look forward to your next visit.
So go to 0, pins. And that's enough. Go back in here. We're going to buy these nails. This has a effect that increases the drop rate of items.
I look forward to your next visit.
And we need to buy 1 more ice cream.
Welcome to Sunshine. Thanks. Come again.
And now we're going to go into our items. We're going to remove everything that helps us do damage. Put the nails on Shiki. Go into our pins. We're going to go to a set. Remove that. And we're going to put this. Actually, do this on our main pin deck. That goes in there. That stays on. That goes off. And put this on. And we're going to go stay on normal. So right here, we've got as many boosts as we have to our drop rate. We've got our level on level 1. We're going to immediately start off by using our first super of the run. It's going to get a big boost to our drop rate. So right here, the middle card right here is going to show up, and I have to find the 2 cards that match it. That's pretty much perfect for the first one. I'm not really looking to do too much damage. In fact, I'm intentionally trying not to kill them.
Here it comes.
Okay, second one right here. And hopefully, if I get a little lucky, I'm going to get some crazy drops out of this. So these hedgehogs have the ability to drop a pin called One Stone Vast Wealth. And then if you fail that, you always roll the one below it. So the easy drop is a better version of the chain that we were using earlier. So hopefully I'm going to see 2 of those plus 1 of the chains. 1 stroke fast 12. No chain, that's fine. We can work without it. That does mean that I don't have to use my backup save file that I prepared, which is cool.
Yeah, that dropper is actually pretty critical for the run.
Yeah, it's really important. I'm going to go show this off real quick. But what I basically got was, if you look at the noise profile, it's... Where is it? This guy right here. I have it at an 8% drop. By default, it's like a 0.9% drop. And I've multiplied that by as many things as I could to make it as likely a drop as possible. So we can go back in, get these off, put these back on, or put these on. Yeah, 1 stroke fast well. Then poison bones is the last one. Back into our items, and I need a new crate on Neku. Back with the hat. The biker vest, and that. Go to Shiki. She can take that, and I did not need to take off his shoes. Okay. So cool. So that was entirely new to the run. It was discovered relatively recently, and it's going to give us access to burst round pins significantly earlier than we used to have access to them on the DS version. Burst round pins are kind of special. The game expects them to be very difficult to use. But the bonus is that because they're expected to be so difficult to use,
Here it comes.
they do a ton of damage. The problem is the motion to use them is really freaking finicky. There we go. You see, I basically 2-tap every single enemy with these pins. There's a hidden stat in the game that a lot of people don't know about called efficiency, and it kind of ended up being like the developer's like intended metric for like how difficult pins were to use, and it becomes a multiplier on your attack. And I guess when this game first came out in Japan, these pins were just never used. So Nomura did they kind of did the same thing they do in Kingdom Hearts. They buffed something that was underutilized. They like tripled the damage that these pins do versus what they used to do on the original Japanese version. So if you have a Japanese cart of the game on DS, don't try using these pins because they are really bad on that version. Come on.
Here it comes.
Burn that. So again, we're trying to get birds for rare metal. It's a little bit annoying because they're not fun enemies to fight in the slightest.
Here it comes.
Easy.
But that should give us enough rare metal for the rest of the run. Yeah, very
That's
nice.
how it's done.
So the condition to meet that guy is a 3-chain in any area. We did a 4 there just to make sure we got a bit of extra rare metal for the marathon safety. So there's 2 bosses on this day. One of them is this, which is just an awful fight in every sense of the measure. If you don't do what I'm going to be doing here, which is I'm just going to super it. It's technically slower, and this fight does not have a lot of health because the boss is not intended to be vulnerable for very long. They tried to patch that by saying, well, you don't have to hit it that much. It's a bird, its hitbox is garbage. I'm just going to super it, so I don't have to worry about it.
Here it comes.
So you can kill it as it runs by on this first one if you do enough damage, but if you miss it, you lose so much time.
Ready to die. We did it!
All right. And on we go. So the final day of each one, you have to fight kind of the big boss, the game master that set everything into motion. And that's our next fight. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and change our equipment out. We're going to be losing Shiki after this, so we don't want her to take anything that we don't want access to later. So that should be good there. We put this on Neku. We're now brave enough to actually wear it. That's all good. And in we go. And then for a bit of marathon safety, I'm actually going to go ahead and raise my level now that I think about it. You need 5 drop stars to guarantee the level, or to guarantee the drop. Yeah, he's mad because we removed Shiki's jealousy of her friend, which was his secret spice, and he is not happy, so he's going to fight us for it.
Welcome to my kitchen.
This is Ovis Cantus.
For a taste test.
Here it comes.
You start to see really how much damage this burst rounds are going to do.
Nice.
Now we're boiling. Time for a taste test.
Again. Huh. Go.
Time for
Here
a
it
taste
comes.
So whenever he has a taste test, he can't be hit by Neku. Shiki can still hit him though.
I'll show your bones black.
Here it comes.
There we go. That was very, very fast. Usually he gets a lot meaner. He'll try to like swipe to the sides. You kind of stand over here because it avoids most of his attacks. But that's about as good as that fight can possibly go.
Yeah, there was like no swipes in that fight at all.
Yeah, I didn't have to dodge anything. Didn't get knocked down. You can get paralyzed by that electricity attack. I didn't get paralyzed the time I got bopped by it. So that was very, very good. All right, so we're moving on to week 2. Every single week's going to start with the same cutscene. We don't really know what happened after the boss fight. That gets elucidated here in just a little bit. But we do need a new partner. And we're going to meet Joshua in just a little bit. So something about this game that happens a lot casually is a lot of people will bounce off of this game. They'll play it and they'll go, this game is so weird, so difficult to control. I don't really, I kind of like the concept, but I just can't deal with it. And I would say that just as often you'll have people that'll finish that first week and they'll get to add Joshua to their party, and that will be the straw that breaks the camel's back, especially on the DS version. It's a huge difficulty spike when you're no longer controlling Shiki on the DS version. Joshua is so much harder to use. Thankfully, he's fine in this version. He's probably the weakest of the 3 partners, but that's partly because Shiki is completely broken, and Beat is really good in this one.
Watch yourself.
Go over here. And you see this burst round's doing so much work right there.
That's how it's done.
So Joshua is interesting. The best way that I can describe him is he is a lovable turd. He loves taunting Neku and everyone else. He always seems to be no more than he lets on. And for some reason, we don't know why, normally people that are wearing these player pins can't be scanned. We have the ability to kind of read minds. And we can read Joshua's minds for some reason, sort of. We're like seeing like little weird snippets of stuff. So Joshua joins a party, which allows us to go in here and we can do our equipment. Neku is good. We're going to feed Joshua a hot dog. It's going to help up his attack to make his DPS slightly higher over the course of the week. And we're going to go drop our level back to level 1. And up into... See, I think it changes when you get a new partner. We have a new super. It wants us to do a tutorial fight for it. Again, we're not going to super because it wastes way too much time.
Have fun, Nectar. There! How's my aim? There! Rest in peace.
So Joshua has 3 attacks. One of them, you kind of swipe downwards, he'll drop something from the sky on them. He has another one where if you swipe across him, he'll like throw a bunch of junk past him, which is actually like his best attack. The hitbox on it is absolutely massive. And then lastly, he can drag enemies or objects and kind of beat, you know, kind of slam enemies into each other to do damage. That one's not particularly good.
Watch yourself.
Of course, a fate turned around immediately.
There!
So this enemy is invulnerable from behind, or from the front, so you have to hit from behind. Dies in about 4 bullets, which is really nice.
That was quick. That was a nice distraction.
And on we go. Yeah, so we find out, I believe it happens here, but we're back in the Reaper's game, and the reason why is the winner of the last game, only one person could be reincarnated, and Shiki had a higher score. She did better. So when that happens, players are given the option to either become a Reaper themselves or to re-enter the game. So we're going to re-enter the game. Unfortunately, that means we have to give up our most prized possession again, although this time we got our memory back because we have a new most prized possession, which is Shiki. So we just managed to save Shiki, get her to be reincarnated, and then immediately pull her right back in.
Focus.
So yeah, every time we scan Josh, we get a little bit more of this. And so this is us finding out that Joshua apparently saw us die, which is very scary. And one of the weird things is we get back all of our memories. We're still missing some, and we like kind of complain like, why? What? We don't have our memories anymore. You know, like you said that we should give you all these back. I says, well, I don't know. I gave you what I had. We don't remember how we died. So the fact that Joshua knows means that he knows something about us that we don't know. We're going to try to figure out what that is over the course of the week.
Time for a quick donation.
Absolutely.
We have $20 from Too Busy Gamer that puts that money towards the Final Fantasy IX blindfolded Necron final boss incentive. Just as a reminder, we do have a few incentives that you can put your money towards if you so wish. Up next, we do have the Disgaea 5 complete Usalia color choice. After reincarnating that character, you get a choice between 3 colors, as well as the normal color as well as the Dance of Fire and Ice crown levels, completing the 3 most difficult extra levels in the main game. The first one is a bid war between the 4 possible colors, and the Dance of Fire and Ice one is a donation incentive of $750, which does have $65 put forward right now. If you wanted to donate any amount of the remaining $685 for that incentive, make sure to include it in your donation message. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And again, thank you all for all of your generous donations. It's really, really awesome to be here raising money for charity.
For yourself. How's my aim?
All right, so we did bump our difficulty up to hard here, which is... Okay. I'd like to get my pin back to this one stall. It would help if I would... Neku, I'd like it if you would start punching things, please.
How's my aim?
Damn it.
Where is it? There it is. Okay. A little bit scary there for a
Give me
second.
break.
But putting it on hard allows us to get these tech types. We needed 8, we got 10.
That's a
So this Love Me Tether, that can actually, you can get that from the fight that gave us our burst rounds if you fail the roll, but we didn't, so it's actually kind of nice. We got our upgrade there. Into Picasso, Atelier, we're going to get Joshua's Fusion Boost. Move right on. We're going to go here. Neku is going to be fed his last crate.
it's edible.
And we do
Tell me
here our wall.
who you were.
And then we also need to remember to go back to normal difficulty. This is going to be our first encounter with Taboo Noise. Because of the way the game is structured, they kind of wanted a way to add random encounters to it. Normally you choose when all of your encounters happen. So they created Taboo Noise. Taboo Noise are rogue noise that even the Reapers can't control. And they start showing up in this week. It's kind of a tutorial to like warn us that Hades exists now.
How's my aim?
They do have a special property where if you're not cross-calling them, they take significantly reduced damage.
Rest in peace.
So we need to make sure that we're hitting them with Joshua in addition to just hitting them with those burst round pins that do so much damage normally.
It's funny that they're kangaroos as well.
Yeah, a little bit of ASM love from the Tweewee devs, apparently. All right, so we're going to go in here. We're going to create a new pin deck. We're going to throw a single 1 yen pin on. I know what you're thinking. That makes no sense. Why are we going to a 1 yen pin? Well, we're going to go pick up a minigame here called Tin Pin Slammer, which is effectively Beyblade.
How much have you been paid? Take it easy.
And this is our mission for today. We need to win this Tin Pin Slammer thing, and we're going to learn from definitely not a shonen protagonist that would be the star of this Beyblade type thing. He's going to show us how to play Tin Pin Slammer. All right, so here's a tutorial. This is a tutorial. We don't have to win this one. No big deal. And so we're just going to go ahead and run obstacles. That's fine. We just got to win the next one. No big deal. If we get the next one, we'll win the tourney. Everything will be good.
Did they have the same announcer? It sounds really similar.
The same announcer of what?
For Beyblade, it sounds
I
really
have no
similar.
idea. All right, so here we go. Win this fight. Oh my gosh. Well, okay, run's over.
Oh no.
All right, so you don't have to win this at all. In fact, I'm not going to. It's pretty slow too. We switched over to the 1 yen pin because it doesn't have any what are called savers. Means that we can just tap it, run off, and also if you leave it on the 1 pin deck, it doesn't really matter. So we lose that. We're all upset because since we're going to lose the tournament, we're going to fail the mission. But turns out that someone else wins it for us. Again, only one team has to complete the goal. And Neku's mad. He's like, how could we leave it to chance? You know, we lost. And Joshua's like, we didn't leave it to chance. I went over and messed with the guy's pins so that they did that. And then we just go ahead and leave south. And that's it for the day. Week 2 is a very strange week. There's not a lot of bosses or things that really happen during week 2. The boss of this one is probably like one of the most fan favorite characters in the game. It's Sho. Again, the first one is Gordon Ramsay. This one is the crazy math nerd that everybody had that just, you know, was doing their math homework for fun in high school. So he makes a bunch of like random math references the entire week. But he's also just freaking crazy. Sho is such a fun character. Also makes a return in the sequel as well.
Yeah, in fact, the sequel also has a free demo you can play, so...
Yeah. Highly recommend playing both this and Neo. Neo, I think, was one of the best games of all time. I cannot believe how good that game is. The downside of the game is it's like an 7 or 8 hour speed run last I checked, so very difficult to run, but...
I think the downside is Square Enix forgot to advertise it.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to go back in. We're going to make sure that we go back to our normal pin set. And then we're going to go this way.
Tell me who you are, who you were, how much have you been paid? Take it easy. RELAX. Would you like to have something to drink? To tell you the truth in this contract, I don't care about anything but me. I just want the cash transferred to my account.
So we're looking for, we need to kill 3 wolves. We also want to chain a frog in here as well. There's 3 wolves. Give me a frog. Oh, nice. I have a damage bonus.
How's my aim? Good work, boy.
So, who's next?
Again, you see just how much damage those burst round pins do.
You're good as gone.
In the old DS for it, we used to use them, but we used to have to get them from the tin pin, actually. The tin pin mission the day before gives you the first burst round pin in the game. And it's not nearly as strong as this one is. The annoying thing about burst rounds, they're really, really powerful, but they're annoying. They're difficult to use, especially on this version, because of the way the press motions work. If you move the cursor like at all, it will not fire.
How's my aim?
And there's also like a very large charge time, so against like very mobile enemies, it can be hard to actually hit them. So usually I want to use Joshua to try to kind of keep them stunned a little bit so that the burst rounds can actually hit.
You're good as gone.
Come on.
How's my aim?
There we go.
So, who's next?
All right, moving right along.
That's how it's done.
So yeah, there's not a mission going, or our mission that we have for today is just like a run over to this street like very quickly. And so we're running over here. It's gonna be kind of funny when we get there because we're gonna find out there wasn't a mission at all and Joshua tricked us. He's been wanting us to just ignore the mission and let the other players do it. And Neku's like, why on earth would we do that? Like, there's no way you'll ever get me to do that. And Josh was like, other players take care of it. The first days are easy.
1, 2, 3. Tell me who you are, who you were, how much have you been paid? Take it.
So we're going to go to Wildcat. We're going to meet up with Mr. H. He's going to install a tracker on Joshua's phone. And Joshua's not going to tell us what we're tracking. In fact, he's going to specifically tell us that he's looking for what the tracker is looking for. you know, in his very roundabout, you know, way. All we know is that Mr. H says, no, you can trust Joshua. He's a good guy. It's kind of funny. They up-resed all the sprites in this for the iOS port, but they didn't up-res the like random passerbys. They kind of just like smoothed them out a little bit. And then all of the gear in the game also still retains all the DS sprites. They didn't get any new artwork done for them. This game had like a really interesting history on DS. The cartridge is over 50% filled with just the music, and it's still compressed all the way, like to hell and back. So it's so different playing this on Switch versus on DS. Just to hear the music, like again, the soundtrack is so good. So here's Beat. Beat became a Reaper. He opted to do that. You know, again, Rhyme is dead. We don't know what he's doing. He has a special mission from the conductor to kill us. Also, Beat would be very much contributing to a swear jar right now if he was here. So we're just going to run away a little bit. You can't really kill him. It's like more of like a New Game Plus type thing for you to actually beat him. Thankfully, we don't have to. We can just run away for, you know, 30 seconds or so. And he gets bored, says, I don't really need to do this anymore. To go get some money. Into here. We're going to go to Musratus.
Hello.
Buy a hat. And a pair of sandals. Go to Legrand.
Hello.
Buy
Thank you.
2 natural puppy. So right here, our next gate, we buy the natural puppy shirt because this next gate requires us to make natural puppy the biggest thing here. Go in here, level to 1, items. Let's see. All of our gear goes off. Natural puppy shirt goes on, gear off. Hot dog. That pins. This goes to here. Go to deck B. Put it on. Oh, natural puppy's already there. I don't have to actually do that. Okay. So, there you go. Back to that. That. She have not had a run have that happen yet.
How likely is that to happen?
1 in 13. So not very. It saves less time than you would think because you do actually want to eat the food.
Yeah, you said to do like one extra menu to get the food back onto Joshua. Something like that?
Mm-hmm. No, you want Neku to digest all these crepes and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But
Tell me who you are.
so I'm gonna go over here. So the quest that we're doing today, Joshua's trying to find out what's going on, and we go to this. The tracker is picking up something inside of Shadow Ramen, which is great because I actually ate at the Shadow Ramen at Limit Break after. There was just a place called Shadow Ramen in Salt Lake City, which was so funny. But the problem is Shadow Ramen has such a huge line. It's so popular that we can't actually go inside without waiting in line. And we can't wait in line because players in the game are invisible to normal people outside of shops.
How's my aim?
There you go.
Nothing. That's how it's done.
Alright, so we're going to go talk to Ken, and Ken is trying to find some way to compete with Shadow Ramen. He can't figure it out. So what he's decided to make is what's called the Big Catch, which is ramen with a whole fish on top. And the flavor is good, but like no one would ever order that. We can't figure out what to do to compete with Shadow Ramen. And we're going to have to do something because we need this Shadow Ramen place to have a smaller line. Shadow Ramen is wild. The ramen has like a steak in it. The line chefs all do like a synchronized dance as they're cooking. And of course, the biggest celebrity in town is also endorsing it on Twitter. You know, posting. You know, everybody has to find out what's going on.
Huh? Yeah.
Was Shadow Ramen popular in reality as it was?
Not quite this popular, no. So we're going to find out here. We find out that the celebrity was actually being paid. And he's not happy with it because he just like, it tastes fine, but it's not the ramen that reminds him of why he loves ramen in the first place.
Focus.
And he's really beat up over the fact that he's endorsing this place. So unfortunately, he's being attacked by noise. They're generating a bunch of noise. We need to go clear those so we can actually find out what he thinks would be the ideal ramen place.
What's wrong?
Oh, okay. The guy over there. There we go. Again, these burst rounds do so much damage. There's nothing in the game that would kill these in like 2 hits like this that we'd have access to. So we get the meme for simple. That's what we're going to go tell Ken. He should make some just good old-fashioned simple ramen, and that'll help draw people to him. We're going to learn a bit of the origin of our pins. They were designed by this person named Kat, who is Neku's favorite artist. There's a lot of sub-stories in this game that you can get into. And there's also bonus content. If you do all like extra missions, you can kind of find out some backstory on him. I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't seen it before, but it's really cool. You should go through and do it at some point. Or if you're feeling lazy and you've beaten the game and don't want to do all the extra stuff, you can just, all of them are transcribed on like game facts and stuff. But there's a lot of like subtext. It's a very Nomura type of story where there's the story you play through, and then there's another story behind the scenes, essentially. Kingdom Hearts does it. Stranger of Paradise does it. This game was kind of Nomura's brainchild in a lot of ways. It was even developed by the same developers that made, I think it was 358/2 made this game as well. Or no, it was Jupiter that made the DS version. And then Hand, who did like 358/2, Recoded. They did the iOS port for this game, which then eventually became the Switch port.
Tell me who you are.
Did you do Chain of Memories as well? Or?
No, that was Jupiter who did the original version of this. Yeah, and then the funny thing about that is that Jupiter now makes all of those Picross games that are on Switch. So one thing we haven't talked about too much, this category is called any % easy, or any % normal. It means that we have to fight everything on easy unless, except for this fight exactly. There's a specific allowance in the rules for this fight, because the game itself tells you to drop your difficulty to do this fight on normal.
Have fun, Nick.
Or on easy. You need to get a specific drop.
How's my aim?
If you might say like, well, why, isn't easy mode faster? Why is the whole run not done in easy? And the answer is, it's more fun. We kind of wanted the version of the game that felt the most like playing through Tweeby and like trying to optimize that. And you see just how fast enemies die on easy. It's just not really that interesting to play in comparison. So every single runner that's run this game for the most part has done the run on normal. But you are allowed to drop it to easy there. You just have to make sure you switch it right back afterwards.
They have difficulties on the DS version, right? Or
Yep.
not?
Yeah,
Okay.
difficulties work the exact same way. You change it at any time. The drops change based on what your difficulty is.
Have fun, Neku. There! How's my aim?
So, who's next?
Yeah!
You're good as gone.
There! How's my aim?
That was nothing.
So do the objects that Joshua drops, do they all have different hitboxes?
Yeah, so the more of them you do in a row, the bigger the items get. They get bigger hitboxes and they do more damage. Yeah, if you chain them together, it kind of does better.
You're good as gone.
There!
All right.
That was quick.
That's how it's done.
So this is the Phoenix Strike Day, as I like to call it. We're gonna go talk to 777, and the band has gotten into a big fight because the microphone is missing. And that microphone was like the symbol of what brought all of them together. But they've been going through a big fight lately, and the reason why is one of them wants to be singing more, and it's just it's the classic. They're getting too big, and artists are starting to have different priorities, and they want to. One of them wants to launch his own solo career. Just the classic stuff. But the mic is completely gone now, and 777 is going to lock us out from proceeding in the direction we want to go until we find out what happened to his mic. So we're going to go find out more about that, and then we're going to go try to investigate and find out exactly what is going on here. And still, we haven't gotten the mission in a couple of days, so it's not like we don't have anything else to do. We don't have anything else to do. We just really want to be checking out the Utagawa backstreets, which is where we saw ourselves get killed, according to Joshua's memories. So we're going to go around to all the band members. We're going to ask about the mic, and we're going to check and see if they have alibis.
Huh?
So Naoto and So here are the only two players that are left in the game at this point, but they're also the ones who cleared the Tin Pin Slammer mission for us a couple days ago. They can't use the Tin Pin Golem, so they just give it to us. We're going to go ahead and just sell it. We need that, sell that, perfect. And we go into Malco, go to DMB, buy 1, 2.
See you again.
We go into Musratus, we go buy a brown tea and a 4-pack of
Come back
sauce.
soon.
So we know this phone booth is relevant because we were talking to BJ, and he's like, yeah, I got a call from this phone booth, so we're using our camera, which apparently now can take pictures of the past.
Huh?
We're using it to try to solve what's going on. You can skip one whole dialogue here by just going straight to asking if there's an alibi. We have a picture of him in the phone booth, so we know he was there. It's a pretty funny scene, actually. That phone booth is apparently the phone booth of love. If you call your crush from it, they'll supposedly confess to you. And he buys into it and tries it, and his crush rejects him. So Joshua like makes fun of him for it, like, "Oh, you're whispering sweet nothings in her ear." He's like, "Shut up," and he like heads back. Again, this game is like really, really charming. I'm like trying to explain the story as I go, and I'm sure I'm not doing it justice. This is easily, in my, one of the best video game stories of all time. It's so good. The characters are really likable. There's a lot that goes on. The music is fantastic. I cannot recommend playing this game enough. Kind of dealing with the controls if you need to. So here we are. We're doing the Phoenix Wright thing. Play the. Oh my gosh. Hang on, I'm blanking. What's the Phoenix Wright?
What, like?
What's the name of the song? Come on. Do 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 do.
Pursuit, yeah.
Okay. Cornered.
Cornered, Pursuit. I'm like getting mixed up with this in the head. I've played like the Phoenix Wright a little bit, so yeah.
Okay, come on, you.
What I was thinking about was how how Deku just pushes noise. Like that's like kind of the similar ability to Athena Sykes actually. Except she does it in a different way in the courtroom. So yeah.
All right, come on. So the funniest thing about this game, I mentioned it earlier, this game has an incredible New Game Plus fast forward feature. Like, whenever you beat the game, it allows you to jump to any day, and you can kind of go back and re-experience the story, do all the stuff you missed, so on and so forth. However, in a new game, you have to master everything, and it was like that on the DS as well, and no one knows why. New Game Plus speedruns on DS were like a quarter of the time of the full game run. Just from like how much faster it was to get through cutscenes that way. Yeah, just keep guarding. He's gonna show up like 3 times. I can't die. Like if I die, it is a game over, so I need to be a little bit careful here. So I am still on level 1. Again, the level only affects how much health you have. So usually you're gonna be on level 1 just to try to guarantee that we have money for later on in the run. I do have enough. I can get some more money, actually. Let's see. That's good. Level 1 again. So we're gonna go into Shibu Q heads. We're gonna go into Nishimura drugs. We're gonna get 1, 2 Brave pluses. It's a huge boost to our Brave. And then we're gonna go to Shibu Q heads first floor and buy 1 durable leather.
Thank you.
Am I still eating the crepe or did I digest it? I should have to pay attention to that. Okay. Where's the crepe? Okay, cool. So we're gonna see a show painting something weird here. We find out later, or this is kind of why all the taboo noise are out, is he's been doing this.
Huh?
And also gonna go into Wild Boar and pick up.
Ooh, good call.
1, 2 hats.
See you again.
Again, we're really just looking to maximize our attack stat. Joshua being a bit of a turd again. He mentions, "Oh, you're giving me deja vu, Neku. You know, seeing you in this alley." And so we're like, okay, we got to scan again and see if we can find out exactly what's going on here. So we picked up 2 Brave Pluses. We're going to need to have Neku eat 4 of them. They're expensive, but the nice thing about them is they give you plus 20 Braves from being able to equip some really strong items by the time we're done with it. And they only take 3 bites to digest each, meaning that we can't eat them even despite the fact we have a full stomach. The downside is they're extremely expensive. But even in like New Game Plus, one of the best ways to raise your bravery is to just spam the heck out of these medicines. They're also really expensive as well. They're 20,000 per. Most food is like a couple hundred. Quick, I'm gonna go run up here. Do I have enough for this? 24? I don't. Need to get some more money. That. What boar?
Come on in. Uh-huh.
1, 2.
Thanks a bunch.
Items. I need to go 2 DMB fights. That's you. So the first one we have to do is make DMB number 1. So just a hot dog on as well. Oh, pins. 3. And then it needs to be monkey, this,
Your good is gone. Yeah. How's my aim? How's my aim? Yeah. How's my aim? How's my aim? Yeah. How's my aim?
Fight number 1. Usually it takes about 2 fights when you're fully geared up to raise something to the most popular brand. So
Have fun, Neku. There. How's my aim?
the only exception to that is if it's the lowest listed, then it does.
Yeah.
One more. There it is. Come on. Do you know anything about these missions like this? Is you have to use pins you're not used to using. This is not a pin set that I would ever actually use if I didn't have to.
That's how it's done.
Welcome.
Picasso. Right? Oh, no.
Till next time, good day.
I forgot something. I gotta go get the extra pin slots. So. Here. Dragon Couture. I need a fusion boost. Pin
Till
slot.
next time, good day.
So now. So that guy takes the ramen that we got on day 3. He wanted ramen that lets him taste the sea. Shio ramen is said to be very salty, so. So now we're going to go ahead and equip Joshua with that. Where are the pants? That. And this. Neku needs to go with full Mustratus gear. Then I go to pins. I'm gonna go ahead and make a unbranded deck. So I go here. 1. Where's Shockwave? There it is. So it's like a little quiz. You're supposed to go check at the ramen shop, learn all the trivia questions, but they don't change. So just top, bottom, top. All right, so here I actually do have to win this 10-pin slammer thing, and I'm not particularly good at it, so. Come on. There we go. That's 1. Okay, cool. There we go. It's actually a really good 10-pin slammer for me. So this is going to get us a pin called 10-pin custom, which is, or 10-pin thrift, which is arguably like the best pin in the game. Let's go ahead and swap our gear. So this. Hello? Thank you.
Oh. Yep, that's a Joy-Con radio going race signal going, yeah. Does Joshua need to eat another hot dog, or?
Yeah, I can get one. It doesn't really matter, but
It'll have
it's
to
a
do.
pretty marginal difference. It's hard to really know what the full difference on anything like that is.
You're good as gone.
So the gimmick on this fight is that I don't get to use my own pins here. And the pins you get are all ones that activate by shaking the controller. Where is it? There it is. On the original DS version, it's the all the pins that involve the microphone that you use instead there.
So what did you have to do for that? Did you have to like blow into the mic or?
Yeah, on the DS one you just blew into the mic, or you're supposed to yell, but most runners would just blow, so you didn't blow out your audience's ears while streaming.
Tell me who you are, who you were, how much have you been paid? Take it easy, RELAX. Would you like to have something to drink? To tell you the truth, in this contract, I don't care about anything but me. I just want the cash transferred to my account, cause it make me feel alright.
I just realized this needs to be off Niku. Because we're going to go ahead and upgrade that in just a little bit, but if you're wearing it, you can't upgrade it.
Don't make this worse for yourself.
Yeah. Get out!
How's my aim? How's my aim?
Dumbass! Dumbass! Come on!
So it's kind of nice. You can do, if you like spam your dash, again, you're totally invulnerable while you're in that dash animation.
Get out!
There is like a little bit of a cooldown on it, you can see, but if you're just trying to avoid getting hit, it's not too difficult.
Come on! Yeah! Huh?
All right. Into Tiger Punks, we're gonna buy 1, 2,
Nice, isn't it?
and we're gonna get the
Thanks
Apache
a
Biker
bunch.
Jacket, which is a plus 25 or plus 21 attack item. So we can throw that onto Neku, give him another Brave Plus. Oh, and I swap my pins as well. Not my best menuing ever. We're also going to throw on that 10-pin Thrift. We're going to find out this is what we were looking for, but we can't get through it. We're locked out. So we got to go turn around. And this is where we're going to fight the Taboo Noise Rhino. You don't have to win this fight, but with the current setup we have, we very easily can.
Why even bother?
Yeah! There! There!
Good work, dude.
Yeah.
At least we won.
So
right?
10-pin Thrift. You'll notice that when I started that fight, I started with
That was a nice distraction.
only a quarter of my health. So 10-pin Thrift says that if I have a quarter of my, sorry, if I have 25% or less of my health, I get a 50% attack boost. Now that stacks independently of other things. So there's also other gear that we're going to be getting eventually that also does bonus damage if we're below a certain amount of health. And so we're going to be at a low amount of health for basically the rest of the run, which is pretty like interesting actually. It means that a lot of our fights, we do have a very serious risk of dying if we get hit by the wrong move.
Tell me who you are, who you were, how much have you been paid? Take it easy, R-E-L-A-X.
Time for a quick readout.
Absolutely.
Yep. We don't have any donations at the moment, but just taking some time here to remind everyone that we are AusSpeedruns, a group that organizes speedrunning events all across Australia. For this event here in Adelaide, we are raising money for Game On Cancer, a charity which funds early career cancer researchers who are working across all areas of cancer research. If you'd like to donate, you can go to donate.ausspeedruns.com or type !donate in the chat, as well as that all Twitch revenue we receive throughout the event will also be given to Game On Cancer, which includes bits and subscriptions to the AusSpeedruns channel as another way to support Game On Cancer. Thank you.
In that fight, you can really start to see the damage coming out. So you have a bunch of optional fights you can do in this, or today, or on this day, but we're gonna go ahead and skip all of them. Double check and make sure. Okay, I got one more fight on my Brave. And then I am on the right difficulty, right? Yeah. Those enemies died so fast, I was actually a little worried for a second. I didn't bump it back to normal. Yeah, you really see the power of Pin Thrift and just how much damage we can start to output. And we only get stronger over the course of the run, too. Like, it's only going to get wilder. You have to take this fight no matter what, so you might as well say yes and save the text box.
Damn it. Why even bother? That'll do. There.
Also, it seems like Joshua has a new moveset.
Oh yeah. So at the end of the last day, we couldn't actually. The lore was that we weren't actually able to hit the thing or kill the rhino. So Joshua had to like reveal how he's actually like super powerful. So he's like gets to like fly and teleport around. When you play this on the DS version, Joshua becomes like super overpowered when you have this form on him. Like the first thing you do is you like hit the up button to make him jump and then start to do the flying thing. And you just start shredding enemies with him. It's a little bit less the case here just because Joshua is the worst partner in almost no matter what form he's in. It's kind of annoying actually. You can't get him to not be in that state. So if you want to practice the first half of week 2 for the run, you have to start a new file because you can't get that version of Joshua otherwise. Alright, so we're gonna go in here. I need a lot of money.
And there's like no way to disable the autosave, I assume.
Yeah, there's no way to disable the autosave. Let's go here. I need 80,000 yen for Brave pluses. So the extra of that. I'm a little low on money, aren't I? I can sell that now as well. I don't need Motherload anymore.
Good day. I look forward to your next visit.
Damn it. We up for this? Yeah. There. Yeah.
How's my aim?
How could you, Neku?
All right.
Damn it.
Again, it's the one downside of 10-pin thrift. It's pretty quick death. It's not a big problem. I'm gonna
Why
go
even bother?
jump over here.
Yeah. How's my aim? How's my aim?
There we go.
Neku, do you need a break? That was a nice distraction.
Tell me who you are and who you were. How much have you been paid? Take it easy. RELAX. Would you like to have something to drink?
All right, and here we go into the final day of week 2. I'm gonna go to 104 to Doganzaka. And we're going to end up at Pig City. And Pig City is a very strange place. No branded pins work there whatsoever, so we have to use an unbranded pin deck while we're doing it. In fact, we're not even really supposed to be here. We're going to talk to a Reaper here. He's going to be like, I don't know, like, who let the player in here? It's kind of like a Reaper headquarters. He's like, I guess if you were told to come here, I'll throw up a wall? Sure. So we're going to go in here. We're going to put a Brave Plus on Neku. I'm going to go to my pins. I'm going to go back to that unbranded deck that I made earlier. And can do one of the coolest tricks in the run. So there's this enemy over here that we're going to fight. It turns out the cursor works all the way off the screen, even if you're not doing it. You just have to kind of set up.
How's my aim? That'll do. How's my aim?
To be able to do that.
Do you need a
So yeah, it's a little bit tricky. If you're really good at it, which I'm not, you can actually immediately after you tap that or tag the enemy, chain it. Or chain these two noise.
Damn it.
We up for this? How's my aim? How's my aim? Yeah. There. Yeah. Just got it. There.
At least we won, right?
Why even bother? That'll do. How's my aim? There.
Come on, Joshua. Thank you.
At least we won, right?
So this version of Joshua gets this like laser beam attack. It's a lot worse than the swipe attack was, unfortunately. He still has the ability to kind of move enemies and slam them into each other, but that's also not amazing either. Put the next Brave Plus on Neku.
Pass.
And same thing. Take this, go to Neku's elbow. And then we're just going to go over to the right, off screen. I almost got the chain.
Why even bother? You are done. How's my aim? That'll do. Predictable.
That's how it's done.
Don't know why that second one's been. Excuse me?
Damn it.
That was weird. Okay.
Why even bother?
It's a little bit of a time loss, but it's not a big deal. I don't know why it didn't chain those. Should have.
You are done. There. Gotcha.
At least we won, right?
That was a nice distraction.
Thank you.
Damn it.
Why even bother? How's my aim? How's my aim? You are done. Good work,
At least we won, right? That's how it's done.
Alright, now I can go ahead and change my equipment. I'm going to go to max level, just to make this a little bit easier. Unequip this, go back to my main deck, re-equip the tin pin into items. And then hat, that. This goes off, sneaks go on. And everything. So when the party member leaves, you lose all of their stuff. Could I actually unlock the door? And Josh is gonna say, "Hey, you can get your pins back on now." All right, so here we're gonna get the full cutscene now of what happened to us in that alley. So we're just, enjoying some graffiti. And we find out it wasn't Joshua at all that killed us.
I blew it.
It's this guy. All right, so here is show.
Damn it.
Why even bother?
Inverse matrix.
Just die. Yeah, there. Go away. Go away.
Inverse matrix.
Yeah, go away.
Where's your beauty? You're out of your vector. Infectorial!
Yeah.
Die, Radiant!
This is our first super with Joshua. It's going to be pretty easy. Just go 1, 2, 3 over and over again. And I say that, I mess one up. Still enough damage. That might be a little low. Oh, okay. That should be plenty.
For you. What do you think? The world is garbage.
Oh, no.
You're
Okay.
the vector. Zeta slow. Zeta slow. So Zeta slow. So Zeta slow. So Zeta slow.
How's my aim?
So Zeta slow.
Stop teleporting.
So Zeta slow. Go away. Zeta slow. So Zeta slow. Infinity. Zeta slow.
How's my aim?
There. So Zeta slow.
And not.
Garbage.
How's my aim? How's my aim? How's my aim?
Come on. All right. We'll take it. That was not very good, but I realized as I got into that, but you're supposed to be using pins to increase your cross combo. And there is a small downside of the burst drop pins. You don't have a lot of attacks that come out, so you actually don't increase your cross gauge very quickly. So I didn't get to level 3 super instead of level 2. That's all right, though. Should still be on a pretty decent pace.
But Neku, I thought you couldn't afford to lose. Give up on yourself, and you give up on the world.
All right, and here we are going into week number 3. So we're going to get our final partner here in just a little bit. Spoilers, it's going to be Beat. Beat casually on the DS version is another very, very large difficulty spike on how to control. He really is extremely complicated. You know, Shiki's very simple. Joshua, by the time you're done with them, has a lot of really, you know, pretty easy stuff you can do with them. Okay, so click properly. But Beat is really complicated. Now, on this version, Beat is very, very strong. And he's strong in a different way from what Shiki. Shiki does a lot of DPS. Beat has a lot of crowd control. He has a lot of things that kind of allow you to hold enemies in place while you kind of beat them up with other things. So story-wise, what's going on here is we have to enter the game again. And the last game was kind of like declared invalid because we cheated. Our partner Joshua was actually alive, which meant that we had to pay to play again. And this time our cost was all of the other players. So there are no other players in the game, and you can't kill Noise as just one person. So fortunately for us, Beat is like, yo, that's cheating. You can't do that. You can't put him in a situation where he can't win. And so we actually do end up with a partner.
Huh?
You being the foundation, holding up a ragged nation. Huh?
That's the story.
What? Huh?
items. Both of us are going to eat a Brave Plus. One of Beat's bigger problems is that he starts off with an extremely low Brave. I mean, he can't really equip very much. Pins are all correct. So we need to get this Brave Plus digested on Beat as fast as possible so he can actually contribute to fights. Because right now his stats are all just kind of very bad. So right here, there's a pig. The nice thing about this pig, it's a very short, guaranteed fight.
Damn it!
We know exactly where it is. We know how to kill it.
Bring it, yo! Come and get it!
And yeah, it goes down in no time.
No more of that. Hell yeah! That was.
But I think the tech type you get from it actually does matter now. But originally when it was first rooted in, it was just to get the digestion going.
Damn it! Bring it, yo! Come and get it! Yeah! Whip off! Ha! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Okay, cool.
No more of that. Hell yeah! That was.
All right, so we're gonna have to play this week out. You know, we know what we gotta do. I'm just gonna go right to 104. Same mission for the first time, everyone. We're gonna get our one last tutorial for how to do Beat's thing. Spoilers, Beat likes to play Balatro. It's like playing poker, is what they said, but...
Bring it, yo! Come and get it! At least we won,
Once again, though,
right?
it's not really worth using the super heat you're going to be supposed to. It's just so much faster to just kill the enemies. And the game doesn't make you do it. It's like, oh, okay.
Time for something quick.
Absolutely.
We have $40 from Cass with no comment, but I would just like to remind everyone that we do also have some prizes for your donating. Anyone within Australia who donates at least $10 will automatically go into the running to win one of our Steam game bundles. We have 5 different games available to, 5 different bundles, sorry, available to win. For all of the information, you can head on over to prizes.ausspeedruns.com or type !prizes in the Twitch chat.
What'd you say? Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah. Should be really awesome. Yeah, definitely get those donations in.
Huh?
Alright, so because Beat decided to become a player again, they do... I have just enough money here. They have to take what he wants, or his most prized possession again, which apparently was that little noise that was next to him. A little bit of interference. Come on.
Thanks a bunch.
Edgar,
Hi there.
need extra
Come back
slots.
soon.
And so before this, we're gonna go drop rate of 5, put our difficulty on hard. This is gonna allow us to get a bunch of money very quickly.
Huh?
Because whenever you put this on hard, the Reaper has a...
You up for this? Come and get it.
100% chance now of dropping a 10,000 yen pin.
That was nothing. Hell yeah! That was...
And again, we're doing so much damage now that being on hard mode really doesn't matter that much. That is a new tutorial though, so now every single time we cross a border into a new area, we have a chance of getting a random encounter. Didn't get one there, which was nice. How many do we have? 70. I need 80,000. Can I get there? Yeah. Alright. We're going to go into Laugh and Angelique, and we're going to do a very specific set of buying items here. So we do that. Vampire dress, wig. 1, 2.
Thank you very much.
3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's that.
Your taste is impeccable.
All right.
Thank you very much. I look forward to your next
So we
visit.
just bought a bunch of SOS gear, essentially. We're going to throw it all on Neku right now. So we're going to throw the ribbon mini hat, the goth bondage coat, and the vampire dress on. We don't need any more food. Beat will eat a thing of ice cream, but we're also going to go ahead and throw a wild boar hat, a denim blouse, the wild boar pendant, and his own camo pants. We're going to our pins. We're going to go ahead. We've got one more free pin slot. So I'm going to throw this on, put it in my sub slot. Back to max health. And we're going to drop off of hard. I don't need any more money for the rest of the run. Or I need like very little money, if any.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I guess in practice you forgot to drop down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in practice earlier. I did all these fights on hard mode accidentally.
We up for this? What? Punk! Ow! Ow! Slam! What?
Oh, come on. Son of a gun.
What?
Okay, go there. There we go. Ugh.
No more of that.
Fight's actually really annoying if you don't use the that pin. It's called Octo Squeeze. It just sucks enemies in, gives you a little bit of crowd control. But yeah, we're going to be doing a ton of damage now. We're effectively full build.
Bring it, yo! Come and get it!
So this is a refight with the same bat boss we fought on day 3 with Shiki.
Punk! Punk! Dumbass!
And you see just how fast that thing goes down there.
At least we won, right? That's how it's done.
It's been kind of cool. I've been following this run since it was on the DS, and it's really changed a lot, even on the DS over the years. So the history of this run goes all the way back to there was a game facts guide that just kind of went through how to beat the game relatively quickly. And a lot of that guide ended up being the basis that was used for the speedrunner for years. It was built around what's like kind of known as the slapshot build. On the DS version, there's a little light ball that would bounce back and forth between the two characters as you played. And it would increase your damage tremendously if you could pass it back and forth very quickly. So it would prioritize making that as effective as possible. And then kind of over time, a little bit was integrated because we realized that like it was a bit overkill to go all in on that. You could add attack and kind of make your attacks do more damage. Yo, Center Street. Oh, right. Do this first. And then this version came out. The route for the DS version worked, but it wasn't amazing. We kind of realized that you could just stack attack because the replacement for what the light puck does really is not very important. It's what the super meter, it makes you gain super meter faster on this version. So instead we really focus on just stacking attack boosts. So okay, here's our first random encounter.
We up for this?
Come and get it! Punch!
At least we won, right?
Was that 825?
Hell yeah! That was
This route is so wild. So the story that's going on week 7, we're given just a single mission, and we're just told the whole week to do it. And basically, the mission is come find me from the boss. However, in the meantime, Uzuki has a certain something that's really valuable to beat, and we're chasing her down. We're told to play Reaper game number 4. And we're asking B, like, you were a Reaper. What's Reaper game number 4? And he goes, Reaper Creeper. It was totally Reaper Creeper. We find out it's Tag. We're just supposed to tag her. So she's running away from us, and we're like ignoring her, and she gets really mad at us for ignoring her. She's like, how could you not know how to play tag? It's the easiest thing on earth. And while she's mad, Neku just walks up to her and taps her like, you're it. It's such a good moment. I love this game so much. Alright, so we're gonna go here, and here's the scene with Uzuki. Don't you want to win it all? It's Tag. Tag, you're it.
She's not going to be easier tomorrow, though.
Yeah. So here's our fight with Uzuki, and
Bring it, yo! Come and get it!
fight's over.
She's not going to be that easy tomorrow.
Yeah. It's funny, these fights are not particularly easy casually, but we do so much damage so quickly that we just shred right through her. Alright, so we beat Uzuki, and Karya comes up and says, alright, now it's my turn. So Karya kind of locks us in an escape room, basically. We have a little switch, or a box and a button on top, and we can't go where we need to go. So here we go. So each of the there's gonna be 3 boxes. Each of them has a different part of the puzzle we have to solve. First one, you have to kill.
Oh,
Well, that's not good.
yep. It's the radio signal on the Joy-Cons, yeah.
We up for this?
Good thing it didn't happen during the Izuki photo.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Izuki, yeah.
Come and get it.
Fun fact: this is the better of the 2 Joy-Cons I had access to.
Come and get it. What?
Yeah, for some reason the OLED Joy-Cons are just,
Apparently, it's like it
worse,
varies
yeah.
just with whatever Joy-Cons. The ones I got just were not very good, apparently. So, which is bad luck.
What's up now, man?
Apparently, if you're willing to open it up, you can kind of fiddle with the radio, and usually it'll work better.
You all right? Slam! Slam! I don't think so. You call that a
Then
fight?
again, it tends to be like I'm a bit more luckier than you are in some things.
Just a little bit, yeah.
That was... Hey,
Alright, so we clear the first one. We're gonna get a key, and Beat's gonna get mad because the key goes the wrong direction.
huh? Damn it. Bring it, yo! Punk! Yeah! Punk! Yeah! No more of that. Hell yeah! That was... Damn it! Bring it, yo! Yeah! Ha! Huh. Come and get it!
Of course, I level up at the wrong time.
Ha! Come and get it! Ha! You call that a fight?
Yeah, leveling up's annoying because it gets us out of the SOS state.
You're good as gone. Come and get it! Yeah! Ha! Come and get it! Yeah! Ow! Yeah! Yeah! Punk! 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 That was nothing.
Okay. Maybe one more bear noise.
Hell
Over here. Oh, further over. There it is.
damn it! We up for this? Punk! Yeah! Flip off! Huh. Yeah! At least we won, right? That's how it's done.
All right. So once again, talk with Beats.
Hey,
Find out that Karya did his best Yzma impression, put the box in another box. Alright, so where is... This and this. This one's pretty easy, you just clear the middle.
damn it! Bring it, yo! Ha! Punk! Punk! Easy.
Time for a quick readout.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Just as a reminder, just like the incentive that'll be showcased at the end of this run, up next we do have the Disgaea 5 Osalia color choice incentive. That is a bid war between the 3 extra colors that that character can be chosen as versus the normal color, or versus all of them. There's no money towards any of the options, so if you want any particular color to be your chosen, make sure to include it in your donation message. That does sign the end of my little host shift here. This has been a fantastic run to watch, and be sure to stick around for the rest of the event. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Open up your senses. Damn it! We up for this? Come and get it! Come and get it! At least we won, right? Hell yeah! That was
Ah, dang it, Pete, come on.
Does like the dialogue like take its time?
Yeah, you have to
Anyway.
wait. You have to wait like a little bit for him to do it.
What?
You don't usually have to move though, so
You don't. Yeah, I just was too quick there.
yeah.
Items. Beat is done eating. So, you can now wear this. Pins. That can go on over poison bones. And
You've been the foundation, holding up a ragged snake.
Huh? Open up your senses.
so this is where we're going to find out that we can't scan anymore. It's just not working.
Huh?
And we're realizing everybody is wearing these Red Skull pins from earlier in the week. Alright. So after this is the single hardest fight in the run.
We up for this?
They also bring a banger song as well, but Ghoul unfortunately won't be able to focus on that.
That's the secret, it's all banger songs.
I know, but this one's the most banger of Ghoul songs in this game.
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot, yeah, but personally I think this is my favorite of this upcoming one.
Alright, so here we go. So we're going to focus on Uzuki first.
What a pain.
Get out! Have some more.
We call it a day. Ready to clock out. Ready to clock out.
Okay. Beat. Thank you. That was as good as that fight has ever gone for me in practice. That was really clean.
No, first try too.
Yeah. Look at the good health though.
Yeah,
You see, like any mistake and you die.
yeah, it's basically playing like a shmup, but yeah, but on like a 2D, 3D sort of platform.
Huh?
Foundation, holding up a ragged nation. You know it in your mind what it's like and how it's like. You want the right resolution.
Alrighty, just 3 days left. Center strings. Quick, we're gonna go ahead and swap this for this, which is a much better pin.
What'd you say? Huh? Huh? Damn it! Bring it, yo! Come and get it! Punk! Punk!
Come on, get over here. Okay. It's fine. Go this way.
Come and get it! That was nothing. Hell yeah! That was...
So this is when we're starting to realize something's wrong. These Reapers are wearing the red pin, and they're saying weird stuff. So we're going to go ahead and scan. Everybody is thinking the exact same thing that Reaper just said. And of course we get a random encounter.
We up for this? Come and get it! Come and get it! Quit hogging! Come and get it! Yeah! Punk! No more of that. Hell yeah! That was tough.
Generally been pretty lucky with that so far.
Well. Damn it! Bring it, yo! Easy.
So that fight used to be really, really strange. It's kind of meant to be like this fight where like the longer it goes, more and more Reapers spawn in. Turns out we can just kill them fast enough with this build where they actually don't even spawn more Reapers, because there's no enemies on the screen, the fight just ends. Used to be you would just super that to just guarantee they would all die at once, but that obviously saves about 26 seconds. I don't have to do the super at all.
And the level up also just came at a really good time at the end.
The what?
The level up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to go here to Wild Boar. We're buying a Fusion Boost and Attack Boost. And here we go. Uzuki and Karya are waiting for us right here, but they have the red pins on them.
Damn it. We up for this?
Strat's the exact same. This one's actually easier than the other one is because, okay.
Slip this! I don't think so. I don't think so. Get out! You alright?
Ah, thought about supering there for safety, but I didn't think I was going to get and need it. I got stuck there.
Damn it.
That's all right.
Bring it, yo!
She just immediately fired that. And that pink heart attack by the flowers has a bunch of bullets, and they all do damage like at the same time, so you can just get one shot by it.
Some more. Slip this.
There we go. I'll take it.
Yeah, and that's the easier version of the fight too.
Yeah,
So
I mean, you still see just like it's really,
How-
really dangerous.
Yeah, just how easy it is to just easily die, especially with like, you know, with 25% of your HP only available at from the start.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, the HP that the pair of them has is like, it's so much higher than just Uzuki or Karya alone. You would think like, oh, it's like double. It's like definitely way more than doubled. On top of one other really annoying thing about that fight, or at least it used to be, is they would have a habit of like taking enough damage and getting stuck off screen. And if they got stuck off screen enough, you just like couldn't win the fight. You can't run. You have to like sit there and wait for them to like very slowly hit you with their attacks from off the screen. So here is probably the most infamous day in the speedrun. In theory, this day takes about 3 minutes. In practice, it takes anywhere from 5 to 10. Every single one of these transitions, we have a chance of getting an encounter. And that's all the day is, effectively. There's no fights that matter at any point during it. It's just run from the beginning to the end and then hope to not get an encounter. I thought that was one for a second, but there is a cutscene right here. All right, well, at least one direction. We've got nothing. That's really nice.
Huh? What?
All right. So now we just have to run back. Here we go. There's our first encounter.
Damn it. We up for this? What? Come and get it. Come on. Slip this. Come and get it. At least we won, right? Hell yeah! That was tough.
All right, cool.
What?
So right here, we're gonna go ahead and put ourselves on hard and level 1. We're just gonna get one shot here. This fight is winnable. It's not worth doing. So we're just gonna go ahead and let him bop us one time so we move on to day 7. Get the edgelord transformation music. This is Oro's favorite song,
We
of
up for
course.
Ghoul02.
And we're on the final day.
Yep, we are on the last day.
Yes.
What?
Oh, I almost could have gotten big punished there.
What happened? Oh, yeah, you don't have difficulty. That would do it.
All right, I think this is the last chance for an encounter on this border right here.
Yeah, so this is like the final room of the game, I believe.
The last little gauntlet, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got basically 4 boss fights left and I'm done.
Yeah.
So Zeta slow.
So here we're going to find out that the boss, the one we were supposed to be chasing the entire time, was just in our shadow. So she said she was going to be where she could keep an eye on us the whole time, and that's where she was. She'll attack from where we least expect it.
What?
Alright, so this is Tigris Cantus. This is a 4-part boss fight. Each phase has little different quirks to it.
Damn it. We up for this?
First things first, we need to find a black hole there.
Why, thank you.
Come on. Okay, cool. Phase 2.
Vexatious worm.
Alright, so now we're going to lose all of our pins, including our ability to super to heal.
Claim it if you can.
So, beats, thank you.
Yeah, you have to rely on beats in this phase.
Yeah.
You will pay.
Alright, and then this last phase, we're going to use the Rhyme pin to reveal her, and then Beat should be able to run in and finish her off. Very, very clean.
No more of that. That's how it's done. Huh?
Alright, so it's warning us, hey, this is the point of no return. It's like, yeah, we're good. We can move on.
Huh?
Oh. Huh? Huh? Oh. Oh.
Right, you do have to check that.
Huh? We up for this?
Mid.
Get out!
Ow.
Come and get it! Come and get it! Come and get it!
Now, players, we play for
Get out!
Very good.
Yeah. Look, wondering what he really does for his gimmick, like freezing time for a little bit.
Yep.
such power.
The other gimmick in that fight is that Shiki comes out to fight you.
Oh,
he's like
okay.
partnered with Shiki in the same way that you're partnered with Beat.
Hell yeah! That was...
However, we did so much damage that it just didn't come out. All right, so right here we got Lightning Rook, which is one of the best pins in the game, and you can see a lot more of just how broken this thing is in the final time attack and send it out for the run.
Yeah, my brother abused it as well when he played through the game. So
Yeah, so you get it right here, and it's interesting. So the efficiency on Lightning Rook is not amazing. However, the hitbox is really active, and each usage of it is so many hits that it's so good. It's one of the best pins in the game. Casually, probably like one of the first things you do once you beat the game is get this again because it's just that good. All right, so here we go into the final boss gauntlet.
Huh? Huh?
Come on.
Huh? What? Huh?
All right, so we're gonna fight the noise form of Kitanji. This fight's actually really cool. So we're gonna go through effectively 3 different phases across 2 fights. The first fight, we're gonna have a part where we're fighting with Shiki and a part where we're fighting with Beat. And you're gonna see just how good Lightning Rook is in just a second.
Not good.
So we can go over here.
Yeah. Okay. It's all you. Huh. Yeah.
This like top right is a relatively safe area
Come.
and allows us to potentially hit multiple body parts at the same time.
Here it comes.
All right, it's phase 1 down.
Have some more! Get out!
Very good. Yeah, it's a really clean fight.
That's how it's done.
Alrighty, here we go into the final boss. We had the revelation that Joshua is actually alive. We thought that he sacrificed himself at the end of week 2 to save us. And the composer is going to absorb the power of all of our friends to fight us.
Damn it. We up for this?
Oh, shoot, okay.
Right behind you.
So the gimmick of this fight is we don't have our partners anymore. So whenever they flash on the screen, you do their thing and you get a free super from them, which ramps your damage for the rest of the fight. Again, look at this lightning rogue. I'm hitting 2 different heads at the same time. Back into our little safe spot. There we go.
I must not fail.
Work for you. What do you think?
Almost done. Probably like one more super and I'll have it. Come on.
Damn it.
And it's time. All right.
That's how it's done.
So, get through this, get to just kind of the final cutscene, and then I'll hop into the final time attack. Actually, let's go ahead and do that right now. Can I save the marathon a little bit of time? So, final time attack is going to be done on a New Game Plus file. So we're going to have to switch accounts real quick. If you want to watch the ending cutscene, play the game. Looking at you. Estimate for final time attack, it's about 6 minutes.
My brother gushed to me about the ending of the game, though, but I completely forgot about it. So I know it evolves from 5D chess, so.
All right. So this is my new game plus file. I'm going to go real quick over my setup and to kind of explain how things, what this is and how this is going to work. So Neku has a lot of. I made sure on this file I didn't bump Neku's attack with a bunch of items. This is about where it is at the end of the speed run, maybe about 7 to 8 above what it actually is. But the gear is so powerful. Plus 30, plus 30, plus 7. And notably, these both have the SOS on them. So I'm really multiplying all those SOS properties to make it where Neku's attack is going to be just absolutely massive. My other partners, so Shiki is in only 2 of the fights, just kind of pumps her attack a little bit. Same for Joshua, although Joshua also does have a bunch of stuff that's mostly there to try to make it where he's going to increase sync because we're going to go use a super on one of the fights with him. And then lastly, Beat has just all of the attack, plus 92. It's such a ludicrous number. For the actual pins, I've got 2 Lightning Rooks, along with a Pegaso Atelier pin. This is going to pump the damage on the 2 Lightning Rooks. They're going to be doing a lot more damage. I've got 10-pin Thrift. This is the same 10-pin Thrift that you use in the speedrun, but it's that good. I've got 1 Tigris Cantus. This is a okay-ish pin. I mean, the Lightning Rooks are going to do most of the heavy lifting, but this does a little bit of crowd control if I absolutely need to. Does pretty decent damage as well. And then lastly, I've got 1 Cure Drink pin that recovers, but it's a very small recovery. It's a 30% recovery, so I can try to stay closer to that the SOS status for as long as possible. Notably also, I have to do this on hard. There is an ultimate difficulty that also works, but I'm going to do it on hard. You can't do this final time attack on normal.
Do you need to do co-op?
I do need to enable to co-op, you're correct. I'm going to go here. Unfortunately, I have to reconnect both controllers because we can't remember which controller was player 1, apparently. Let me do this. And so this is going to start talking to Joshua, and this kind of comes around because if you look inside of Deeds, you see right here this final time attack. So my best time is 4:58.96. It's going to be like a 13 chain with every single boss in the game on the last time from the last time I fought them. One other small property about chains that I didn't mention because it doesn't really matter during the run. As chains go further, enemies do more and more damage. So by the time I'm done with this chain, bosses will be almost one-shotting me if I'm not careful. So here we go.
Thanks everyone for the donate for this incentives as well.
Yes, thank you all so very much.
We up for this?
Oh.
Here it comes.
I'll say if you guys were starting a timer, then now would have been the time to do it. But fortunately, there is also the in-game timer for this as well, which is what would actually matter. All right, so once again, right here, just hoping I can catch. This bird has a terrible hitbox, so even though I'm going to kill it, there we go. It's very easy to whip that, just given how terrible the hitbox is on this thing.
Close or what?
Alright.
Welcome
And then
to my
round
kitchen.
here.
Not good.
Time for a taste test.
Here it comes.
We've preheated long enough. Now we're boiling. I'll mince you.
Again. Ow. Again.
I'll pound you.
Neku, you okay?
I'll mince you.
Alright.
He actually did something this time.
Yeah, he did kind of swipe us a little bit.
Here it comes.
Alright, so now we're on to the Joshua segment.
Why even bother? How's my aim?
Ow. Ow. Joshua. Or beat. Okay, come on. So unfortunately, I'm out of SOS now. I think my controller is not cooperating. Okay.
Can you like reset the?
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's like one of the worst fights for it to be acting up because Beat is really mobile,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Why even bother? Inverse matrix.
So right here, I'm looking to build Sync Meter. I'm going to try to kill
Inverse matrix. There.
with a super.
How's my aim? How's my aim? Inverse matrix. Where's your beauty? Set us slow. Infinity. Go. Set us slow. You're on your vector.
Actually, we're just going to kill him. Usually you super there, but I didn't build to 200%, so. And then on to Beat. So we're going to fight the Bat first here. It's actually better for real time, although it's a little worse for in-game time to not do the super, because the supers don't count against in-game time. The other nice thing, though, is when you super, you heal. So I'm actually still in SOS, which I'm usually not at this point. That should be Izuki.
Bring it, yo! Come on! Get out!
And this should be Karia.
We up for this?
I should also mention, if I die at any point during this, I have to start the whole thing over again. So
Yeah,
really,
I don't blame you to immediately super in the next fight.
next fight's not.
Oh,
Okay, come on. Okay. Yep, DC'd.
at least it's at the start of the fight.
Yeah, I saw the cursor wasn't moving. I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Bring it, yo! Get out! Get out!
Okay.
Yeah.
I was a little nervous. I saw Karia was winding something up on my right, and I know I'd taken a hit there. Okay, still good. Now,
Bring it, yo!
I'm gonna go ahead and heal one here. Don't need to be super low on. Okay, where is the taboo noise? Come on.
Why, thank you.
Okay, come on. There we go. So once again, we're going to lose all our pins here.
Claim it if you can.
Come on. B.
Get out!
B. Puncher. All right.
Come and get it!
It's not possible.
Okay, cool. Got a little scared there. Okay, so the hardest fight of the set is the next one.
We up for this?
Go ahead and just super here.
we get to finally play Blatro.
I didn't use this at all, did I, in the actual run?
Oh my goodness, that's a lot. Yeah, so you gotta just make a bunch of pairs.
Yeah. Beats, I've seen that get as high as like a +7. Sometimes you just get really lucky. And then like Shiki and Joshua like kind of cap out. Beat does not at all. Like, you can just keep going if you get lucky enough.
Such power.
Alright, so here we go. Final boss of the gauntlet. Something kind of funny here, I healed the full previously. I don't really want to be at full. And this boss is pretty safe. So I'm actually going to be taking hits where I can to try to take one of the bullets here can inflict like a poison status on me. Which can help me get into the state that will allow me to have the SOS damage.
I assume it's the purple ones.
Alright, so here we go. And time. Oh, wow, PB.
Nice game time, PB, yeah.
So yeah, that was the World Is With You. Thank you all so very much for watching, for all the generous donations that allowed me to showcase the final time attack. So fun fact, by the way, this right here, I can't speed this up at all. This will go for about another minute and a half almost. Just from the sheer quantity of PP. So I'm going to go ahead and give the rest of the time back to the marathon again. Thank you all so much for watching. What's coming up next again?
Up next, we are Am I?
It's still going, don't worry.
Hello. Yep, up next we're gonna be having Disgaea 5.
Oh, that's right, yeah, Disgaea 5. That should be really awesome. Some more RPG goodness for all of you. So don't go anywhere, stick around, and we will be right back in a little bit.
Hello. Thank you so much for that run. Everyone sit tight as we prepare for the next run. My name is Gallus Rooney and I'm going to be your host for the next coming hours. So let's have some fun and support a good cause together. Yay! Okay, we had a $340 donation come in from Craigle Bagel, who says, "Keep up the great runs, ASM. Please put $5 towards extra color tube for Disgaea 5 and the rest towards the crown levels incentive for a dance of fire and ice." Thank you so much for that donation. Alright everyone, get ready because up next we have Disgaea 5 complete with Mega Slayer. Take it away.